Come.
Hold my Thor's hammer.
Right, with Eli.
I almost got kicked out of 3rd grade.
It's stolen valor for retards.
Aliens.
If you were in the woods alone, would you rather run into a grizzly bear or a female cop?
So you did what the other night?
I fell asleep to your voice the other night.
Great opener.
Which video?
Do we have an agenda for today? Or is this
Of course.
It's the boys.
The boys. The gang doing gang shit.
That and Eli just propped up his phone, so he's got a whole load of notes.
No.
Cody, why are you gay?
Why are you gay? Who says I am gay?
Oh,
No,
shit.
get in here to the shot. You can't just fucking not
Ghost
here,
out.
in the middle.
You waited to
Show
tell us?
got us something, but she didn't show her face. She tried to.
What happened?
Tried to.
What is it?
The bone of a lesser saint.
Is it Irish Hot Pockets?
Is it a teacup?
Is it a car bomb?
Oh.
Middleton.
Do we have to do shots?
Very rare.
Show you want to do a shot?
I also got you guys.
Pinnacle of Irish whiskey.
Potato chips?
Tato.
Cheese and cheese and
Tato?
onion. Thank you.
What the fuck are cheese and onion? I'm gonna poop.
This is...
Show, do you want to do a shot with
Oh
us?
my god. Look at this.
Holy shit, Show.
Look at this.
Wait,
We are
Lentil
paying
chips?
way
Look at
too much money.
this.
Yo.
is that the guy from Smiling Friends?
I know, right? This looks like a royalty-free version of potato chips that would be in like Cyberpunk or some shit.
What?
Tato.
Yo.
The
Okay,
Tato man. I love how that's just like a cryptid in Ireland.
He's gonna get you.
What is that? 11 puffs fine. 12-man Tato man come.
Nope. Can't say his name 3 times in the mirror. Oh, you got it?
That tastes like
Show,
cheese
you're
and
doing
onions.
a shot with us, even though this is totally not shooting. Okay, she got us some.
That is not a shot.
We'll do a sipper. We'll do a sipper.
What is it?
Together.
What? How are we supposed to drink this? Show you tell us.
It's a
cheese and onions.
shooter.
Cheese and onions.
Not a shooter. Middleton, this is true Irish. It blows up.
Except it's
How
made
hard is it to get this through like the airport?
I got it at the airport.
duty-free.
Oh, you got it at the airport.
Wait, comes
In
with a
Ireland.
card?
Oh, okay. So like you bought it, you got through security.
She just bought it in San Antonio Airport.
She's like, I'll get
Authentic
these
Irish
fucking
whiskey
idiots
from
something.
Texas.
Also some Lucky Charms.
Those are American.
I love how this is.
I would know if those are American. Okay.
So much.
It's like American potato chips, except it's
I
fucking.
mean,
UK.
we just taking it right out of the bottle.
Do we?
There's not like it's not half red 40.
Show, get in here.
A girl will never kiss me again after eating these.
Aged to perfection.
Good. Kissing girls is gay.
That's right, because I suck dick.
Absolutely.
The sipper? Or do we do
Oh,
a
we're sipping
fully?
it?
I do a little sipper. I feel like shooting this is disrespectful
I was feeling the same thing.
To show?
To the leprechauns.
to the leprechauns,
To the
that a thing?
potatoes.
to the Tato man.
Connor, you think one?
Don't upset the tater man.
Oh my god, this is like Mr. Peanut, but it's a fucking potato. Is this a real thing over there?
That's a Tato man.
You could be.
That's the Tato
You
man?
guys have a Tato man?
That's the Tato man.
I love the indignancy of like, you don't know the Tato man?
He appears in my nightmares.
He doesn't even have a monocle. What are you guys doing over there?
He's on the other end of the
Not
rainbow.
reading.
Okay, everyone, show, thank you so much.
We're not shooting.
It's right here.
All right.
Slancha.
We'll do some sippies / just shoot it. Because
Cilantro.
we did halfies.
Cilantro. I got you, Cody.
Thank
Don't worry,
you.
nobody else did.
Let's
I
taste
got
it.
you.
What? I didn't. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's very
He
good.
just went for it.
I can't tell.
Dude, that
That's
is
really good.
smooth. Holy shit.
Super smooth and lightly peaty.
Yeah, that is really good.
I'll fuck with that.
Damn.
Damn.
It's good.
Yeah, that slaps. That's good ass whiskey. Brandon's like, how is it in Coca-Cola?
I'm just thinking like I'm barely getting my taste back from COVID, so.
Show, thank you.
That was good as fuck, actually.
Everyone thank her in the comments. And she'll personally mail you a
Say,
sample.
say thank you, show, or your dick won't work for 7 years.
The Tato man will get you.
Potato man will get
Potatoes.
You're going to be a
How are the
limp dick
potatoes?
fucker with
I
the
haven't had
potato
one
man
yet.
in your
I'm gonna
room.
save them.
May I have a tato?
It's definitely onion and cheese.
I like how hold on. Now I'm nerding out about this. First of all, it's weighed in grams, so automatically I don't like it. But the interesting part is it doesn't have calories. It's measured in energy. And it has kilojoules.
Yeah,
It's how many
kilojoules.
kilojoules are in it instead of calories. So this has 545 kilojoules of energy,
Which is a pretty based measurement.
which
if
is
you think about
7% of your daily caloric intake, apparently.
What could you power off of that, Nick?
Almost
The
travel back in
only
time.
time I'm familiar with using like kilojoules and shit for power is like explosions for how much it takes to die.
The explosive
So-
shits Eli's going to have after eating
Oh,
this.
bro, his locker too. He just opened it, dude. That
Did
would
you
be
like
my
the cheese locker?
It's the apocalypse, and I'm like, oh, safe, that's unlocked. I open it, it's nothing but cheese. I'm like,
Chase, include the video we're talking about real quick.
yeah.
My hard edit of my cheese locker.
It's like, fuck. I want to poop myself.
Dude, as soon as my girl asked like, why is she's in the group chat too with everybody? She's like, what the fuck is the cheese thing about? I had like just a deep exhale, and then for about 4 minutes had to explain why the U.S. government propped up the dairy industry, and now we have caves full of billions of pounds of cheese. She's like, why are you sighing? Like, because I don't know where to start.
It's a whole thing.
It's a thing. Nick
There's
got
lore.
Super met. Cody, start this bitch up.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Tap, Nick, the Fat Electrician, Brandon, Herrera, the AK guy, myself, Donut Operator, and we finally got all the boys back in town together.
Woo! You know what the... Oh, fuck! We did it backwards.
Oh,
Oh, shit. I have
3, 2, 1.
That's what explodes. Show got it in some way.
No, we're fine for now, but don't start your car.
No, we're good.
Right in. Hi, everyone. Wow,
Hello.
hey,
Hi.
my boys are back. I haven't
What's up?
seen... Dude, we've all been, like, out everywhere. Been traveling, working.
I've
Just
been in Iowa.
everything. He had COVID.
Yeah, that was fun.
Cody didn't catch COVID.
Somehow.
I was just fucked up the whole time. I don't know. I think I might have had it. It was just a negative, like one
Or
of those.
your BAC just killed the virus when it tried to
I
take
think
root.
so. Brandon and I were in Orlando for, what, 4 days?
Yeah, we were only supposed to be there for like 2 or 3, and then the hurricane hit, so we got stuck at the Gaylord Hotel, which is, if you're gonna get stuck somewhere, it's not the worst
At a
place to be.
resort.
They make a dope-ass hotel. If you've never been to the Gaylord, it's like a compound inside. It's almost Vegas.
It's a city
it's very much
inside
like
of a
that.
fucking compound.
I love that place.
It's a campus. It's like you have restaurants, you have everything, but like there's like an open air atrium that just has like a greenhouse roof. Like it's massive. Like it feels like a dystopian city that like everything on the outside is toxic. And like you just like humanity has rebuilt itself in this fucking greenhouse.
These posh little greenhouses. Like, hello, we have a very nice, exquisite food and bars. They really do.
They really do. Yeah, it was
fucking
rad.
It's like Snowpiercer, but stationary.
in the front of Snowpiercer.
Yeah, exactly.
We got up that one morning to come home and all the flights were canceled. So what do you want to do? I don't know. Drink, I guess. So,
Me, when you left, because you had a fucking hell of a journey getting back too. Like flights getting canceled and delayed while you're in the airports. But me, Trout, and DeLance just went to Disney World.
Wait,
We went to downtown Disney, like Disney Springs. We just went bar hopping there. We're like, fuck it. It's literally across the street from the hotel. So we're like, all right, well, fuck it. We could drink in the same bars or the bar in the hotel, or we could just go to Disney.
dude, that's where we went, Disneyland.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys just got back from Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. The first time in my hundreds of flights, I missed my flight.
Really?
I was an hour off. And the day before, I was like, babe, I told you, hey, we have to leave at 3 to get there at 3:30 because our flight's at 5, right? Well, I was looking at my phone. She's like, yeah, to a T. I was like, flight's at 4. So I was like an hour off of everything. So we're about there. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, well, Ryden is going to be landing. I got to figure out a situation for this. Baby mom was flying with him. And then I asked them, I was like, well, what's a later flight? We don't have one. I was like, okay, well, fuck me. Austin. Is there anything from Austin right now? And they're like, oh, yeah, at 8 if you want to leave from Austin. And they're like, and you'll save $450 from all your flights. I was like, Fuck yeah. We Ubered to Austin, flew out, landed, and then did the Disney thing. But holy shit. Disneyland with children, not as much fun as solo because you're just stressed out the entire time trying to find where the fuck they're going.
Hold on. How many times have you went to Disneyland without kids?
Twice.
All right, we have different tastes. That's fine.
Well, you go with Eli.
Hold the fuck up. It was like you couldn't pay me to do for $800, but whatever, that's fine.
It reminds
I'm
me
not
of
judging.
the Playland thing, like a single guy going to like a kid's Playland. It's like, which one's yours? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
What do you got going on over there?
Yeah, I feel like there's a Meat Canyon video about that whole demographic.
There's two, actually.
The Disney adults?
There's
Papa
two
Meat
of them. Dude,
Yeah.
going there, you see the NPCs of the world. Jesus fucking
Eli's
Christ.
just going there flexing his fast pass on all the poor kids.
Oh no, not fast pass. That's what. Thank you for that thing. It's called a DAS. Ryden gets to skip to the front of the fucking lines on all rides.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Dope.
you get. You have to do an interview. Which also this is.
Can I borrow Ryden?
Yes. If,
Oh, dude, the gang borrows riding.
we're going to all the
Wow.
amusement parks.
We got to open that up with clarification as to what the fuck that means.
Yes, for amusement parks. Jesus.
Riding with
also
Ryden.
equally fucked up.
But how much did we raise for autism awareness with our T-shirts?
It's called my Nature's Lightning Pass. Watch it.
I feel like we should just get issued fast passes for life. Like we've helped the retarded community so much that.
Dude, I will say this. Fuck 100, like so many of you for what I'm about to explain. This is the only thing that got me actually. I was like, okay, now I'm frustrated. You have to go in line and you have to do an interview with the people at Disneyland. Like, right, and they have to do an interview.
The dude's dressed up like Mickey Mouse the entire time.
Hey, kids!
Interrogating you.
You got to know I'd hope.
Wait.
Make eye contact.
It's an interview to prove that he's actually like autistic. Okay.
Because
try.
So many people have probably faked. It's probably disgusting.
That makes sense.
How
That
many
makes sense.
people have faked?
Bro, that's why they started setting them up. The lady and the daughter in front of me. It is a line. I got there at 8 in the morning because otherwise the line gets out of control. And it was still like a 30-minute wait to get Ryden's interview. I was like, oh, we'll do this because the homeboy does not want to wait in the sun and just stand in a line.
Fuck, I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
You're talking. All I can picture in my head is Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they like roll out all the different toys, and like the Avatar is supposed to pick the one that belonged to the previous Avatar. It's
train.
like your kid picked the fucking Game Boy, not the train. Get out! You're lying.
I was picturing them taking Ryden and throwing him into a room with like flashing lights and loud noises and just seeing what happens.
Disneyland's
No,
all
he's
the
good, he's
families.
good.
I'm like, here you go, kid. It's like, go.
My whole thing, it's like,
Oh, yeah, he's having a reaction.
I just fucking wonder. They're just like, oh, okay, so you're saying that your son is averse to loud noises, flashing lights, and crowds. Why the fuck are you taking him to Disneyland?
That's why he had headphones. And he built the journey for we could not deviate from. He's like, first, I want to ride the Ferris wheel, Daddy. I was like, okay, where's that at? He's like, over here. Just lead the way.
All right.
But the ladies and daughter in front of us, 18-year-old daughter, 17-year-old daughter, and she's talking to one of the workers, and she's like, my daughter's autistic. And I just watched the daughter.
This is in the disability line?
Yeah,
Like, that's
I
what
was watching the daughter talk on a phone, just like texting, pick up, doing that, like looking around bored. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then the daughter's like, Mom, when are we going to get this done? I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, this is what the line is. Family behind me, super sweet dude. I was like, hey, nice tattoos. His daughter had Down syndrome, really sweet girl. And then, but when we got up, they did the interview questions. Hey, how does he do in crowds and everything? I'm like, right, come here. Like, I was like, Bud, come here. He's like, okay. Then he squat and just play his video game. I was like, if he's not having a good time, he will just literally piece the fuck out. He'll bounce. He'll be like, I gotta get out of here, and walk off. They watched his interaction, super easy, but at the end, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see. Like, he's not going to do good with lines and loud noises and all that shit. My question was like, you guys started doing this because people are abusing the system, didn't you, for autism and stuff? And she was like,
bad.
That's what I fucking thought. I was like, this is that blue hair autism where it's just like,
You're autistic online.
yeah. Oh my God, I totally am autistic.
I'm so
for brownie points,
neurodivergent.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I was like, you fucks. And that's why Disneyland now has an interview process for getting the DAS. It is absolute horseshit. But yeah, don't do that. I hate you as a human if you do that.
It's stolen valor for retards.
Oh no.
Ryden starts a channel calling people out. He doesn't have autism.
Pretty soon,
That would be
the,
such a good channel.
I would watch the fuck out of Ryden's channel. Why are you liar?
I would be glued to that channel. Like, yeah, right.
he just becomes like one of the pedo hunters. He's just like hunting out people with stolen valor autism.
Never makes eye contact. Talks at a whisper.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Daddy, they're full of shit.
Get him, Ryan. Get him.
I'm gonna kill you. whoa, calm down, bro.
Here's a machete, Ryden. How does that make you feel?
But he had a blast. It was a great time. He got all his rides in. Fucking Jesus. I am so sorry for a lot of you that don't live in California and tried to do that, because holy shit is that a lot of money if you're not.
I've never been to Disneyland. I've been to Disney World a bunch. Like my family goes there a bunch, and like I've been a couple times as an adult, but I've never tried the California one. I hear it's smaller and way more crowded.
So to classify, just to make it clear, Disney World, Orlando, Disneyland, California. Where's it in California?
Anaheim.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it is for 5 people. It was $1,800 for the 3 days.
God damn.
Or 2,000. Yeah.
Like just to get in, not including like hotels and stuff.
that
or
was just for the
For how many?
park.
just
many
to
days?
get into the park.
That was 3 days. We only did 2, but for a 3-day pass, because it was more money if I got 2-day passes. I was like, what the
Isn't
fuck?
there
They know
like-
what they're doing.
Isn't
with
there
that.
like some ridiculously expensive like members only
The Club
club inside of
33.
Disneyland
Joe,
where you
what
have
is
to
it,
pay like
Club?
$10,000 a year or some shit to get
Yeah.
Is it Club 33?
in? Like some insane amount of money.
It's like for celebrities and shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And you know there's adults that have that, right, with no kids.
Oh,
No,
for
no,
sure.
It's like an exclusive VIP.
Oh, this is like
invite
rich
only almost
fucking
kind of
Yeah,
shit.
this like rich. Like
it was
A-class
It's
celebrity
the
rich.
Illuminati of Disney adults.
It was where the only place you could drink at for a long period of time. It was the only place
In
you could
Magic
drink.
Kingdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
alcohol.
Initiation fee is $25,000 and annual fees of $12,500.
Joe
Initiation
just
fee
said
at 25 grand.
25
Initiation
grand.
fee.
12 grand a year after
You have
that to maintain your
suck
membership.
off the mouse or something like initiation.
Keep that 25 grand out. When Cody started his crazy business of podcasting, you know what he didn't think about? Merchandise. But now he's selling what?
Merch.
And it couldn't be easier.
All because of Shopify.
If you've shopped on bunkerbranding.com, you've used Shopify.
Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business.
From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders? Exclamation point. Shopify's there to help you grow.
From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS, that means point of sale, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered.
Once you start selling, Shopify makes getting paid simple by instantly accepting every type of payment.
Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers using the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms.
And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic.
Your AI-powered all-star.
Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. And Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen.
My favorite companies.
What is that?
No clue, but they also power millions of other entrepreneurs across 175 countries.
Because businesses that grow with Shopify.
Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/unsubpod. All lowercase.
Go to shopify.com/unsubpod now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in.
Go to shopify.com/unsubpod.
Unpopular opinion, I have zero interest in ever going to any Disney amusement park. I'd rather go hang out with Chuck E. Cheese. Like more
Mr.
my
Chuck E.
speed.
Cheese.
Mr.
Whatever.
Cheese himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cheese.
Charles E.
At
Cheese.
the Rat Casino, more my speed. Bro, I took my oh my god.
The rat.
My dad. My dad.
The rat casino with his fucking gold coins.
Bro,
Hey, kids. We'll play some games.
Okay, so
It's a fucking Italian accent.
You want to buy some coins?
I almost got
smoking a cigar? Man, Disneyland's way better, actually.
I almost got kicked out of 3rd grade for selling shit.
Tell us more.
What?
So the fucking Boy Scouts, when I was in 3rd grade, were raising money by selling these peanut butter and jelly flavored lollipops. So I came to school with like $100 bill.
That sounds disgusting.
Because I never spent any of my money from birthdays or Christmas, and I bought all the lollipops from all the Boy Scouts. They were $0.25 a piece. I bought fucking all of them from all 8 Boy Scouts, and then I went and sold them for $2 a piece to everybody else, and I made a ton of money in 3rd grade. They wanted to kick me out of 3rd grade. The fucking principal told my parents I was going to be a drug dealer for
If
doing
my
this.
son-
Oh,
If my son did that, I would be so proud.
oh, my parents were. They were like, no, he's an entrepreneur. Fuck you.
That's capitalism, boy.
I'm like, God damn.
So-
this boy's got a good head on his shoulders.
I had a proud dad moment literally 2 days ago because my dad works at this construction company, and they had like the company picnic where all the employees come, and they had games for kids and shit, and they had these little gold coins that the kids could win by doing, you know, whatever games they had out, and then they could take their coins and go buy prizes. Cutter is 3, my oldest son, and he had like all these coins that he had won, and he goes up to the prize counter. He's like, I want that toy, and I want that toy, and I want that toy. And the lady's like, okay, it takes this many coins. And I like explained to my 3-year-old, you have to give her 15 coins. And he's like, I don't want to. And I was like, buddy, that's the only way you can get the toys. And he's like, I'd rather have the coins. I was like, fuck it, okay. So now my kid just has like 50 of these gold coins that aren't good for anything, but he wants the money. And I love it.
He just recycles them.
He just, dude.
But I could actually smelt them,
He just
sell the
keeps them.
precious metals, and then buy it on Amazon.
He just kept all the coins for some fucking reason.
He's like, Dad, I don't need your fucking allowance anymore.
I know.
Dad,
He throws a coin at his dad. He's like, get away.
I don't want to alarm
Get yourself
you.
something cute. Walks away.
I don't want to alarm you, but I think the games are rigged by the rat.
Rat looks shady as shit, Dad.
Are the rats building tunnels?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
There's a wire around the casino so we can operate with impunity.
Oh, no. I hate Disneyland. That is like Chuck E. Cheese.
So
is
did
the minorities. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that shit.
I did. Do you know how many Mexicans
Oh,
go
wow,
to
I didn't-
Disneyland?
it took me a second to
Or,
register what the fuck you just
sorry,
said.
not Disneyland, but Chuck E. Cheese. That's a very minority. Like, my people love that. Not the Asians. They afford Disneyland.
Have you seen how much they've changed it since we were kids, Eli?
No.
Remember we had the ball pit and the tunnels and stuff, and like you could actually like
Everything
hang
was
out.
fucking
Disneyland?
sticky.
Have fun.
Yes.
No,
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E.
Oh,
Cheese.
oh, yeah.
And now it's
The
like
ball
purely
pit?
just gambling, and you can drink there now.
Really?
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Lots
Chuck
of
E.
gambling
Cheese.
games.
Do they have the
changed.
animatronic?
No, they did away.
They
with
got
all
rid of
that
the
stuff, too.
animatronics?
No.
Damn it.
Did you have that mouse in the shitty pizza?
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, kids in our generation, if they get rid of the animatronics, they're never going to realize why Five Nights at Freddy's was weird.
Also, have you seen the new animatronics on the tech they use? Fucking Disneyland's animatronics
Oh, yeah.
are weird. Like the Star Wars
The
section
face projection stuff they use now?
and just animatronics.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wow. The Star Wars one, it looks like the actual actors are just up there talking and making eye contact, and you're like,
Yeah, because back in our day, it was just like,
yes.
but now it's just wild.
Yeah,
I haven't been
a
there
mouth moving with an audio track playing that didn't sync
Right.
up. Like,
No, it was it. It was like, it looked like watching a bad, like, Asian fighting movie.
It's like puppeteering almost.
it's dubbed.
yeah, dubbed.
So they're fluid
Hi.
now. They just like do
Bro,
their
they
own
like
thing.
do like fingers move everything, and they're like, "Oh my god, you guys are finally here! Holy shit, we need to do." They don't say that, but hi, Cherlin, go fuck yourself.
Holy hi, Ray from Star Wars here. I need a fucking cigarette.
Did you go like make a lightsaber? And that's the only thing I would ever want to do there.
I didn't make the lightsaber. I did go to
Fuck
the
you.
bar.
the lightsabers. I haven't been to the bar
Only thing I wanna
in
do.
Disney World.
Dude, the bar's gangster.
They had a line. The one time I went, they had a line that was like an hour and a half long just to get there. I'm like, dude, I'll just go to the bar
The
outside
bar.
of Disney property that's like tenth the price.
And drinks.
There's still an alien behind the counter.
What would you like?
Oh shit, aliens!
He's also got a weapon.
If you drink enough, you'll have one too.
Oh no.
Holy fuck.
But no, isn't the lightsaber like $200 or
How
something?
much are those?
I don't know, but if I'm going to Disney, I'm doing it. Like,
Dude, they put on that was an amazing experience just walking in there and be like, holy, it feels like you are in Star Wars. The bar, dope as shit. We just got right in, and then you just have a line. They have their kids are allowed in there, but the drinks, they have hard drinks. I was like, oh wow, they're not holding back on the booze here. And you're allowed, they do cut people off at 2 drinks because they're like, let's not have shit-wrecked adults.
bro, that'd be dope, though.
It's so dope.
The bouncers are all dressed like Han Solo and Chewie, just beating the fuck out of the parents.
They always shoot
awesome. What are you talking
punch.
about? They've got actual guns with like the pepper bullets in them.
Dude, it was a good ass experience. It was like, fuck yeah.
Say what you will about Disney, there's a lot of reasons to hate on Disney, like especially trust me, I know. But they do immersion so well in their parks. It is I love the craftsmanship, I love the creativity of it. Like part of me will always fucking just dig that.
They do a top tier shit, which also goes into one segment I would love to talk about with y'all. The new Deadpool Wolverine.
Hold on, wait 1 second. I'm sorry. Did you see what the new Toy Story is about?
Yeah.
What?
Have you seen the teaser for the new Toy Story?
No.
The new Toy Story 5? Is that where we're on?
Yeah,
We're Toy Story 5? Toy Story 5 is, they teased it, and the teaser is a picture, and it shows like Woody and Buzz and all the toys peeking over, and it's a kid underneath a bed sheet clearly holding a tablet playing video games. So like the new Toy Story is toys versus tablets or technology. So the toys are going to be trying to like compete with tablets and iPads and shit. I was like, that's going to be cool.
There's no way that isn't depressing.
I hope not.
I feel like that's the only way they can because Toy Story has like progressively gotten more depressing.
Yeah, the kid's gonna turn like 9, and you just hear the Pornhub jingle, dun, 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 and just fuck.
You've got cancer, Andy.
Andy, you have cancer.
You've seen the Meat Canyon.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You never come back from infinity, Andy.
It's like seeing the face of an angel.
Anyway, sorry, Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Did you watch it yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So good.
Everyone agrees that was just
Everyone, literally
Yeah.
everyone. The box office, everything.
they broke a bit. That's the first rate. That is the highest grossing rated
The
R
one-
movie of all time now.
Or the fastest to break $1 billion, I think.
Yeah,
At least.
No,
Or is
like
it
now
highest
it
grossing?
passed Passion of the Christ, which
Very.
held
That's hilarious to compare the two, but yeah.
Very
Jesus,
complicated.
Marvel Jesus.
They made the joke in the movie.
Yeah.
Like they knew it was going to happen. It's just like I don't understand. Like you guys know the recipe. Like you guys have the comic books, you have the cheat sheet. All you got to do is do what's in the comics and make a fuck ton of money. You're just like, nope. Lesbian space witches. That's what we're going with.
Who pays to see this shit? Weird. What if we made them happy?
Imagine that, Borderlands. $110 million
That video, that's-
and made $11 million.
Is it out?
Bong.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's horrible.
It is
That's hilarious. I didn't know.
8% on Rotten Tomato.
So somebody approached me to get one of my guns in that movie, and I said no.
Good.
Yeah, I just looked. They're like, "Oh yeah, we can get this in there. Like, we won't even charge you. Just give us the gun." I was like, "No, like that looks like shit," and I would actually be embarrassed.
There's no. I will try
That's
to keep the
fucking
spoiler
hilarious,
free
by the way.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's awesome.
I saw the cast and everything. I saw Kevin Hart, which I like Kevin Hart as a comic. I hate him in anything he's in. I hate any movie, any script he's given is trash.
That was the worst casting you could ever do. They're like, hey, the big, tall, fucking hardened soldier, Kevin Hart. That, like, what?
Yep.
Huh? What? And then all the female actors, Kate Blanchett. She's a fantastic actress. She can't play a 20-year-old.
Sorry about
Why?
it. She's like, what, 50?
What he said. She's fucking 50, and then Jamie Lee Curtis is supposed to be playing a 30-year-old.
Bro,
They were talking about
she's
the Borderlands.
playing a 30-year-old, and she was doing fucking probiotic yogurt commercials a decade ago. Like, that's a bold strategy.
She was old when I was in middle school.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
They dropped the ball, but I'm so glad both came out at the same time to show. It's like, hey, just fucking, you know what you can do? Follow the guidelines, or just have fun with it. Wolverine, Deadpool, literally just said they made fun of Disney during the movie, and then they just don't hold back the entire fucking time, and I love it so much. When, quick spoiler. When Captain America,
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans shows up, and you're
Oh,
like,
God, it was
dude,
so fucking funny.
He was like, wait, what?
flame on. He's like, what? Huh?
I fucking and that speaks to something
So
it speaks to something that I preach about a lot, where it's like, okay, if you have somebody with a singular vision, like a creator, like, or a founder of a company, right, that has a great idea and they like follow it through, like you see any of it, like Apple, Steve Jobs, thank you. Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, any of these people, like as long as they're at the helm, things will do well. But as soon as you give it to a board, it gets fucked.
You should
And,
run
like,
it
you
through
have-
55 people that aren't successful and see what they think and make them happy.
Sounds like a coffee company. As soon as you, as soon as you,
I need another beer.
He's on high. Let him cook.
as soon as you take the founder's vision away and give it to a board of people that aren't successful, shit up. It's like Ryan Reynolds always was like a singular guy who was successful in his own right, had a vision, wanted to fulfill it. The board tried to fuck it, and he fucked them back and released that trailer without their knowledge, and fucking like basically forced them into giving the fans what they want. And then ever since then, they've given him what he wants, and he fights back when they try to fuck him.
He prints money for them, doing just Deadpool as Deadpool, and then they cut. I love that they cut apparently Marvel, Captain Marvel, and She-Hulk. They were supposed to be in it, and they cut those scenes.
Good.
Because
Or
they're
like
like,
the fucking Marvels movie that just came out, the whatever the that was.
they all fucking bombed, and then you just had perfection. And even that movie had like emotion, had really good, like fantastic acting. Hugh Jackman, that boy, shredded as fuck. And the scenes with him shirtless and the reveal and everything is so fucking good.
And if, oh God,
Go Cavalry.
if we could spoil that.
Cavalry. Oh yeah, I told you spoilers before. Fucking spoilers again.
It's still good when you watch it. It doesn't matter if we spoil it.
No.
It's fucking great.
Cavalry.
It holds up.
Not to nerd out, but did you know that their healing factors are polar opposites of one another?
One's based off of the death. It's like cells dying
So, like,
and having to repair.
Deadpool's based off of death, and Wolverine's based off of life. So, like, Wolverine just immediately gets replaced with brand new living healthy cells immediately, whereas Deadpool gets replaced with also dying cells, but in a different phase of death. So, like, all the cells that Deadpool regenerates with are like cancerous cells that are also dying. So they're literally like yin and yang as far as like life and death, but they're the same in that they can both never die.
So Deadpool is constantly dying, and Wolverine is constantly healing.
Living, and then like have the yin and yang aspect in that they're both perpetually immortal on opposite ends of the spectrum.
That's
It's
Rad. I
kinda
didn't know
cool.
that.
Yep, dude, and that fight scene in the minivan.
So fucking,
They went on for so long.
all I could think about. They have jujitsu in cars now. I've been wanting to do it for so long. That's all I could think about that entire fucking show.
That's a Russian thing, right?
No, it's like they do it in America.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, no, it's straight up like you start jujitsu, driver and shotgun in a car,
60
buckled
miles an
up.
hour highway.
No, I mean the car's parked or whatever, but like it's a legit jujitsu match starting buckled up in a car, and they like
Are they
ring a
allowed
bell and you
seatbelts
get
and shit?
you're buckled in at the start. Oh. So like part of the strategy.
That's what I was thinking. Like just a fucking
Dead serious. That's part of the strategy.
That's
so like some of the strategy is like literally trying to grab your seatbelt and their seatbelt at the same time, so you can unbuckle yourself and they can't unbuckle.
Show your
and get
beautiful
it. Oh,
face.
it's hilarious.
You can walk around, Connor. Show your face, dog.
Thank you, buddy. You're welcome, Dad.
I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
You're not a disappointment like my future children.
I'm sure they'll be great.
They're gonna be fucking dope. What are you talking about?
I want to try one of these taters.
Get it, dude. They're so the tater.
You better like it 'cause the Tato Man come.
Tater chips.
The tater man's gonna get you.
The tater
It
man.
smells like cheese.
It's because it's cheesy.
It's onion and cheese.
I just picture Show in the bathroom. She turns the light off. She's like, tater man. I can't do it. Flips the light on.
Can't say it 3 times.
Yeah, she's like, I'm too
Say
terrible.
Tater Man 3 times, your car blows up.
It was that.
You just hear a boom outside.
It was. We were talking about it on the PKA podcast when I was on the other day. It was the guy who was like huffing. It was like a Reddit post of a guy who's huffing like spider killer or whatever the fuck. He's writing in his journal. He's like, 11 huff okay, 12 huff poop man come. And just like the next slide is a shit bed.
What the f did you stop me from telling Cody at brunch?
I don't remember. Oh, hold
Damn
on.
it.
If I can do this really quick.
Go ahead.
You guys will like this. This was a bar
Oh,
in Tampa.
What?
When I was in Tampa, when me and Sav did that quick vacation, like
Oh,
we literally landed and then left, and you guys went to Florida. I was like, oh, what the fuck? We were at like 9 o'clock. The bar closed at 10. So like, hey, we'll grab food really quick. Just grab food really quick before they close. We don't want to be the assholes. Go there. They're like, oh, well, kitchen's closed. I'm like, you fucks. Guy comes over. He's like, I'm so sorry. Here's 2 shots on the house. I was like, okay, that's a good start. I was like, we'll order 2 drinks then. Ordered 2 drinks. And 3 shots because he did one himself with us, the bartender. So we all drank.
What a guy.
Dude, that's all I needed. And we had our drinks, and then he brought 2 more. He's like, hey, I just made these. You want them? Like,
He just made shots.
Yeah.
He followed the recipe or
yeah,
what?
he
cooking
made
them.
just brewing them.
Rev up those fryers. We're making shots.
So he's like, here, you want more? And we're like, fuck yeah. And then he's like, hey, I made these espresso martinis. He brought them out. I'm like, man, this bill's going to
good as fuck,
actually. Yeah, dude. And then he brought chips out. He's like, hey, the chef, he just cooked some chips and some dip for you guys, if that's good. I was like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, I appreciate
American
it.
chips or British chips?
American chips.
French fries? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mexican chips.
Yep.
They were fucking
Tortillas?
corn chips. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Tato man happy.
Potato man, very happy. Goes back. We have a couple more, order one more drink, and then we're like, hey, close out the thing. He's like, hey, don't worry about it. 1 cent. He just put it 1 cent was our bill. He's like, just if you could give us a Google review. That's it. I'll cover
So you
everything
tipped
else.
him 0.02
That's
cents.
exactly. I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
1 cent still.
Daddy always told me.
But District South, and was it Tampa?
Do you remember the guy's name?
It was like 2 J's.
Wow, he made an impact. Fuck.
2 J's.
It's my brain is also
Was his
been
name
through
JJ?
Multiple.
I can't come up with another name that's got 2
and
J's
7
in
shots
it.
in one.
Yeah, it was like Joseph, Joey. Sorry, sir.
John Jameson,
there. But if you
Jingleheimer
can
Schmidt.
Go give some Google
I just want
reviews.
pictures of Spider-Man.
I was just so happy. I was like, holy shit. Joshua, I was right. Joshua and Lewis, not 2 J's, 1 J and an L. Close.
It's close in the alphabet, I
But
guess.
holy fuck, like
There was a famous expedition almost named that. Yeah, I remember.
literally.
Yeah, there you
Bar
go.
tab
Nice.
was 1
It's
cent.
okay. King Trout got it. I'm fine.
1 cent. I was like, oh man, you guys are fucking dope. And these guys had no idea anything. Like they didn't know nothing. They were like, what do you do for work? I was like, just dumb shit. Dumb shit.
I drink and I know things.
And at that time I was shit wrecked. Sav, I've never seen her so
I saw her shit wrecked the other night.
She was way more wrecked.
Oh,
Bro.
Yeah.
oh dear.
Oh, the Kiwis got they got her or
those motherfuckers.
eye contact. Because they did a drinking game based off of every time Nick does this.
Every time I got embarrassed, in their opinion, they did a shot. They were fucked up 30 minutes in.
That's what they were doing shots on.
That's why my face was so red when I came on. I was hammered. It happened every other sentence.
So I'm like, I've known you for a long time. I don't know if I'd ever say I've seen you truly embarrassed.
They were literally doing like anytime I did this, which is just like my normal state of being, I think.
You're the thinker.
They decided
you know?
to do a shot about it. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
So what was on the agenda?
Wait,
I know we had a couple.
We were
topics.
talking
Oh,
about.
sorry, brunch. I was telling something to Cody, and you made me stop talking. What were we talking about? I told you to write it down.
Oh,
I thought that was a
police
joke.
officers in UK.
Oh,
The uniforms that they're
oh my
switching
God!
to.
Have you seen this?
The rant.
No, because I was like, oh, is it Hugo
Cops?
Boss again?
No.
Okay.
Cops in the UK, and I think it was Germany, but for sure the UK. Pictures just came out that cops are starting to wear like fucking chainmail headdresses because of knife attacks. There's SWAT teams going into buildings wearing chainmail because they don't have guns. They're just worried about knives.
That's level 4 armor in the
I was
UK.
about to say everything's just regressing like in the chainmail. Like
We're going back to pikes,
we
homie.
got to Kevlar, and now they're like, no chainmail.
Oh
I just
yes,
want
the
to see a
police showed up.
trebuchet hit a fucking apartment building.
In America, we have the Claymore Roomba. In the UK, we have hot oil poured
Nature.
over the second floor.
Nature is healing. Moats are about to become meta again. Bro, the UK shit's fucking wild.
You thought you
dude.
saw them like they were talking about extraditing Americans for
God, fuck
fucking
yeah. I've never
Facebook
laughed
posts?
so hard in my entire life.
Like, dude, like our group of friends is better armed than the entire UK police department, and I'm not even saying that ironically.
Well, I like looked into it because I was going to do a video on the whole zombie knife thing for Fat Files, and like the way the UK law enforcement departments work is really funky because like you have your normal like your patrolling police, your constables, and they're like just rolling around like not very armed.
Maybe
by
pepper
like
spray?
the American, like pepper spray in a fucking nightclub or whatever, and a taser. But like the way it works is like if somebody has a weapon, like say you had a fucking machete or something, and you were like having a mental health episode in the UK, constables would like surround you, and their job would be just to keep everyone else away from you so you couldn't hurt anybody while they wait for a tactical fucking SWAT team to show up. Whereas America is just like, no, literally any street level cop would be like,
Hey, please put the knife down.
Yeah, really quickly.
Unless it was a female cop, they would just roll up and shoot you no matter what.
Sir, buckle your seatbelt.
Cody.
It's like going from it's like GTA. It's like GTA going from like 1 star to 4 immediately.
Hey, Cody,
Depending on your gender.
would you,
Cody, what would you want to expand on when Brandon got pulled over?
no, fuck that. Would you rather,
Wait, do you know this story?
if you were in the woods alone, would you rather run into a grizzly bear or a female cop?
I don't know if this helps the question at all, but do I have a gun?
That makes it worse. That's the new trend you just started on TikTok. Fuck, dude.
Sorry. You don't have to answer that. It's fine.
It's okay. I already know my answer.
I know.
I'm picturing in my head the shot. It's like, wah! Her reaching back to wah! Like, fuck. Appear big.
It's a cut. It's a cut to Cody.
Appear big. And then you turn and get shot.
I'm just thinking it's a cut to Cody, like in The Revenant. Like,
I made the right choice.
Happy.
he survived that one, to be fair, in The Revenant.
Exactly. Don't appear big to a female cop.
Oh, man. That's a shirt.
Dude, you can't say that when I'm taking a sip of the drink, dude.
That's a shirt, Cody. You need it.
Don't appear big to a female.
Fuck.
The survival advice is all the opposite.
It is.
It literally is though.
It's like a black bear play dead. Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
Sorry. You just have that checklist of things.
To be fair, that's the same with a male cop. You just ran up on him like, oh. Probably not going to end great for you.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Our sponsor for this video is PDS Debt because everything is really expensive right now.
I spent $400 at the grocery store, and I don't even know what I got.
Milk. He got milk.
One milk. You may be in debt right now because the economy is in shambles.
You know what also comes with debt? Stress, anxiety, existential doom.
PDS Debt has a solution for you.
Help is available.
Whether it be medical bills, collections, credit card debt, they have customized options for you.
If you're making payments on your debt and your balance isn't going anywhere, this is the solution for you.
PDS Debt has options that consolidates all of that debt into one low monthly payment.
Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there's no minimum credit score required.
Save thousands in interest and fees, and pay off your debt in a fraction of the time.
PDS Debt is a top-rated company on Google and has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
They're personable. Go check out all the reviews and see how many specifically mention PDS employees by name.
It's incredible.
You can get a free debt analysis right now by going to pdsdebt.com/unsub. It takes 30 seconds. Go to pdsdebt.com/unsub. Go now!
I'm going.
So medieval times, am I right?
I had a dream the other day. Remember when Steven Seagal had a cop show?
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a dream that him and Cody were partners. It was the funniest shit on the planet.
The whole time I was just be like, oh God.
It was literally, Cody was just hung over the entire time, like, stop.
To be fair, he wouldn't get out of the chair.
Stop wrist locking people from inside the driver's seat of the cruiser.
I just love in your dream Cody was hungover.
Art imitating life.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm so happy with today.
That is the...
It's okay.
God, that's the funniest I've laughed since the New Zealanders.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
those guys killed it. We've had some bangers, like banger after banger after banger. Fucking y'all beautiful humans out there love it too.
You guys lacked faith. I know it would be dope. I can't believe that they brought a fucking their own toaster because they thought Americans didn't have toasters.
It's... Well, to be fair, they were right with this house, but...
I mean, this house doesn't count. We literally use it to film podcasts and drink alcohol.
Man, I've never looked over there and just seen the sea of booze on that countertop.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's for the guests.
You could kill any homeless guy with the amount of booze on that counter.
Irish whiskey.
Of course I will. I might do one too.
I will say it was... Oh, speaking of which, it was actually hilarious for me because I just happened to... Oh, hello.
Well, all the boys.
I parked my Cybertruck somewhere like downtown San Antonio, like just to grab something real quick and get back in. And I got back in and I didn't realize until like I walked back to my car. There was a homeless person that was sleeping on the ledge, like right next to where I was parked.
Oh, I thought you were about to say the ledge of your truck.
Because it's got so many edges on it.
It was just like
weird speed bump.
the raccoons breaking into the back. But no, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, me being in a downtown type of layout, getting into a Cybertruck while a homeless person sleeps next to a shopping cart right next to me. That is like, it is cyberpunk as fuck. This is like a cyber dystopian like critique on capitalism.
I'm an unpopular opinion.
I was like,
And
man,
it can pull itself out, so you're like, ew, it's so close.
Ew, but
Maybe
drive this.
I can't decide. I don't know that Cody will have a strong opinion. I feel like you should have a special license to drive a Cybertruck, to be completely honest with you.
Dude.
no, because I won't get it.
I'm just saying, like, look, if I need a special license to drive a truck with air brakes, I feel like a $7,000 1,000-pound vehicle made out of jagged edges and stainless steel that goes 0 to 60 in 2 seconds should maybe have some qualifiers behind it.
To be fair, if you like buy a fucking Raptor and just load it down with like 5,000 pounds of lead in the back, you could do that.
Still not accelerating as fast.
Well, yeah, just
not even close.
Fucking skill issue. Like,
it's also not made out of sharp edges.
It doesn't matter. Although it's really cool that, like, I guess the doors are bulletproof. That's kind of neat. Apparently, none of the fenders are. I never cared. I'm not getting shot at. I don't fucking care.
In America, weird.
I wonder if
Europeans can't comprehend. They're like, wait, this isn't an issue in America?
Daily.
I wonder if SDI would buy a Cybertruck so we could shoot it and test it.
What?
They could use mine as long as they replace the doors.
I mean,
if that's a standing offer, I'd do it.
What are we talking about,
probably do
boys?
it. I don't know.
God, we're doing that?
People shit talking SDI.
Let me check the list. SDI talk. Oh, there it is.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
I've been thinking about doing this video for a while on the B channel. Just doing like, hey, we need to talk about SDI. But you know what better place than to do it here when I'm not prepared to do it.
Do it now.
I want to talk now.
No, we do. This is okay. So if you don't know what we're talking about, at first it was way worse because I think Trout.
Of course.
If you say his name 2 times, he appears.
Tater man.
Poop man come.
The original thumbnail is what you seen that I seen, which is
Glad you think that's as funny as I am.
From Grand Thumb in it.
and they switched it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that might be a different video. I looked. I think it might be a different
they
video. I'm not
switched.
sure.
No,
They probably just
switched
did the beta
thumbnail.
testing.
There's a
where you
different one I
You can
saw.
run different thumbnails all at the same time.
I might be talking on my ass, but I swear I saw.
I did no. I swear to God, I did. Too.
Either way, they
It
ran his
says
face in the first 3
SDI
seconds.
scam And a head mic, and then
Is it?
autoplay?
Is it that one there?
Yep.
But they didn't have that. So the original
No, it
did
was
not.
okay,
his
got it.
face off to the side, and then it said his SDI scam, and then it did the autoplay.
So they
thing.
switched it.
Got it. Okay.
So originally it was just Mike's face and everything, and I didn't see. I don't look at like who's playing. It's just a natural like, oh, Grantham is video. So I scrolled and it started playing. Grantham starts talking. So I was like, oh, this is a fucking
The Grand Thumb video.
literally what I
Yeah.
thought.
Oh yeah, because they did open it with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Super
oh, this
classy.
is fucking weird. And then it's going into that, and then it switched. So I was super caught off guard. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And that's where I was like, wait, hold, I texted you that day, remember? I was like, what's this about?
Oh yeah, and I was. We're fucking really going there, huh?
I mean,
you know,
here's the thing: is like I think SDI sponsored one video of mine over a year ago for like 15 seconds. It was like nothing. Like I don't really have any attachment to SDI at this point whatsoever. And I was like, I mean, well, fuck it, maybe. I don't know. I looked into them for the 15-second ad I did 2 years ago before I was relevant, and they seemed fine. But fuck it, I'll watch your entire video and hear you out. And every complaint they had. Sure, I mean, it applied to SDI, but it also applied to every other 2-year degree on the fucking planet. Because they were like, you know, if you graduate from SDI, you're not going to be a master gunsmith
you know, if you get a 2-year degree,
in fucking anything.
somebody won't hire you immediately because of it.
Yeah,
It's
no
like,
shit. Like, I don't.
Why didn't my master's in medieval arts pay out?
like to be honest, like I looked into this a long time ago because like I had heard people like bitching about it, especially with the whole like GI Bill thing.
Yep.
You know, that I mean, this talk's been
As
going
you
around
should.
for a while, and I looked into it and whatnot, and the conclusion I came to was, and look, SDI is one of the main main sponsors of the channel, and if they drop me because of this, then whatever it is what it is. Like I'll find money elsewhere. I don't really care. Like I always say my real opinion. Like when I'm talking in like situations like this, I say my real opinion, whether or not it's popular or I'll make money on it.
You know what
I don't
that
give a
makes
fuck.
you? It means you actually back what you support. Who's a crazy
Golden
concept.
integrity.
It's like I'll do fucking
called
like,
integrity,
well, I'll also
good
do like a
son.
Raid Shadow Legends ad, and like you know what, if you want to play Raid, have fun. It's a fucking mobile game. Who gives a fuck? If you want to do SDI, if you're making a life changing decision, I guarantee like you're gonna look into it.
Do you know
Like,
what you're going to
please do your own fucking research.
You're going to learn, and if you have an SGLI bill, you're going to get fucking paid.
SGLI,
Yeah.
much different thing. GI Bill.
Oh, that's the
No,
one when you
SGLI
die.
is
Yeah.
actually a thing.
You know, I know.
That's a real acronym.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
I
the
know
one
it's a
when you
real
die,
acronym,
right?
but
Huh?
yeah,
SGLI bills when you die.
Is that?
yeah. I think so.
Okay.
They
I thought
bill you
I thought it
when
was
I look like
No,
a
they don't
fucking
bill you.
stolen valor right now.
No, you're
'cause I
good.
don't even remember what it. I've been
SGLI is like your
bill.
next of kin kind of shit. I thought.
I think so. 200.
But my whole thing is like, my whole thing is like, if you think that you are going to learn everything you need to know about gunsmithing to get a real
500,000.
career, and like be able to open up your own place or whatever, based on a 2-year internet degree, you're fucking retarded. But if you have no other choice, like if you're in a situation where like, hey, I can't move halfway across the country to go to a gunsmithing school and like dedicate the time to, you know, do 3 years doing hands-on stuff, but I'd like to at least get my start in it, and I'd like to like learn basic stuff that, you know, I don't know. Then sure, that's a great spend of a GI Bill, most of which people don't fucking use anyway.
The part that was like the part that pissed me off is like there was a ton of comments of people that were like, I never planned on using my GI Bill, but this was like an accredited program, so I got to take essentially 2 years off, get paid.
Yep.
Like get to party, do whatever, get a degree in something that I was interested in.
Work.
And then I got to, you know, go do whatever after the fact. And now I can go to machining school or whatever. And like, that's fucking cool, which I think is fine. And then,
Yeah.
Well, is
there's
it
like-
not of value? Like if somebody were to show up applying for a job at your shop and they had a 2-year like program they had gone through, would that not be of more value to you?
Can I
than
say
somebody
something
here?
real quick?
Yes, Eli.
Hands up. I raised my hand.
As the host of the podcast.
As the host, yeah.
Hi. So what I always say is I don't give a fuck about your paper. If that school motivates you to go further and you research and you develop past that, that is what I want as an employee, as a business partner, anything like that. Because that shows initiative and it shows drive. That piece of paper I don't give a fuck about. Like most of the guys here don't have. Does anyone have a college education?
I mean,
I
I
have-
have a couple of 2-year degrees, but guess what I'm an expert in? Nothing.
Shut up, Jake. You don't
Jake the
care.
attorney.
Jake, fuck you, lawyer.
You, Jake. Where did you go? Notre Dame?
Are you still a
Never heard
practicing
of it.
attorney, sir?
That's why you knew
Never heard of it.
Condoleezza Rice went there.
Jake has a degree.
The hunchback of the unsub house. Fuck off.
We start beating him.
Loudly crumpling chip bags in the background.
But that's the thing.
I've never hired off of a degree ever.
No.
I don't care. I care about your practical experience, and that's what I try to tell people. Like with SDI, it's like, yeah, if you want to just only do an online degree while you're doing other shit, you're like doing other things while you get your GI Bill, like doing at least something with it, and then like get some practical experience, like intern at a gunsmith shop. You will never ever be able to substitute real world experience for shit you do online.
You do.
Like you got to do both. You got to do shit in tandem.
What do you mean I'm not going to be an expert after I do a 2-year online course, Brandon?
Yeah.
God damn it.
And, well, that's another thing me and Connor were talking about the other day. Is like if they're like, well, you know, you could just learn everything you learn on SDI, like fucking on YouTube. It's like, yeah, you could say that about literally any trade.
Imagine
ever.
how I feel going to fucking history school.
I know. I was going to call back to the joke I made
Oh
one
my
of the first
God.
times I was on here with you. When you were like, I'm going back to college to get my degree in history. And I was like, what, are you going to go work at the fucking history factory?
Yeah,
upstate?
exactly.
He's just Britain history,
Like,
packaging it,
Shitloads of
shipping
people
it out.
who have college degrees that
They do not use at all. I don't have one. Granted, I worked a fucking skilled trade for forever. Now I have a bullshit made up job. But, and it's wonderful. But,
I feel like I'm okay at history. I have no degrees in it.
yeah, no, it's of your own volition. You've chosen to learn something you may not have had the chance to learn otherwise. Harvard has fucking lectures for free on YouTube you can watch right now.
They also sell
cost
courses
tens
on
of
Taylor
thousands
Swift.
of dollars.
No,
Yeah,
but like,
that's-
They also have free ones.
Yeah, no,
literally.
I took a sociology course from Harvard online that would have cost me, I'm assuming, $10,000.
I think my whole thing that like this is where I get my fucking ass chapped a little bit is when people say like, is it a scam? It's like, okay, well, it is no more a scam than any other fucking college.
Yeah, like literally, unless you're going to engineering school, the
Doctor.
like doctor,
A
nursing,
doctor.
Yeah.
or to be a lawyer, no. It's the same shit.
That's my advice I give people in person. Like if you're not getting a degree in like if you're not trying to be a
STEM.
doctor or a lawyer or maybe an engineer.
yeah.
You,
Same
like,
shit.
I don't. I feel like your time could be spent better elsewhere.
Show, what degree do you have?
Video game development.
Video game development.
I did not know that.
How many video
What?
games have you developed?
0.
Fucking none.
Guess what show does fucking do? Social media and business. A what? She does not use an HR degree ever in this.
I promise you don't.
Not here at Unsub, we
Use an
just
HR
learned
degree.
she has an HR degree as a whole.
Can I talk to you after the podcast about the things Eli has made me touch?
You told me to talk to HR. I just hit her.
Talk to HR.
Oh my god, a woman
Hold on. Hold on. Cody, was it at 76% strength?
Then it's appropriate. I knew you were getting out.
Eli's like,
Get a butt cheek on here.
Oh, I was gonna tap
like,
out.
Cody, you got to stop saying retard so much. Go talk to HR. And I just punched her in the face. I don't know.
She came back to me and said everything's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, where'd that
crazy
black
how
guy
that
come
works.
from?
I can't wait for the moment that the
Don't
people.
threw an encyclopedia at me.
Jake is in the background. He said for legal reasons, I'm supposed to say that's a joke.
Look,
That's a joke.
I'll just say
Minecraft.
I'm going to say two things that seem kind of contradictory right now, but like, if I, for the people who are talking shit about SDI, like there are legitimate reasons to say that like you don't think it's the best option. Like I understand that. There's a lot of reasons to talk shit legitimately about like college degrees in general, and like I'm one of those people that is like a proponent for like, hey, dude, if you don't need a college degree, like maybe seek other options first. Don't do it. First off. But also, the people that have doubled down on shitting on SDI and they've made it part of their personality, I can't wait for them to go through this podcast and try to cancel us next because we had an ulterior opinion.
Fucking bring it, first of all.
We have a great track record of almost bringing down enemies of the podcast.
The annoying
And
part for
governments.
me is like
And government.
people in general, all people, I don't care like what walk of life you're from, everybody loves to be a giant killer.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be David going against Goliath.
Goliath.
Sorry,
dude.
But like, so there's always the constant like
Jesus Christ.
everybody's willing to hop on the bandwagon of trying to get rid of something huge all the time. So if you've never cared about somebody's opinion until they started shitting on somebody else, you should reevaluate whether or not you should hop on that bandwagon, because if their entire bandwagon is just shitting on other people, it's probably not great.
Let me tell you, the lowest hanging fruit with social media is shitting on things that are popular. If you can't be interesting on your own, like this is not an attack on anybody in particular. This is just like in general, like this is just a rule that I've noticed. I've been doing this for fucking over 10 years. If you can't get popular doing anything else, you shit on things that are established because what is the old
Or
saying?
show your tits.
Or show your tits, that's true. Try it, Nick. You should just give me a little fucking areola here. If what is it? It's like you talk about me because if you talked about yourself, nobody would listen.
Yep.
It's hating on others for no. That's why you're not successful. If your sole purpose in life is it's holding yourself back. It is shitting on others, shitting on your boss, not saying like I wasn't giving opportunities. Other people had it
If
better
your most
than
popular
me.
video on YouTube of all time makes it to the #1 spot after 2 days for shitting on other people.
You have a fucking issue of what you're doing, and that is the problem. You don't fucking do that. That is why you are unsuccessful in life. Your main focus is why do they suck? Why did they hold me back? Instead of what every motherfucker at this table has done. I got to do better. I got to do better. I got to do better. No one at this table thought I'm sucking or that video didn't get views because X, Y, and Z. It was like I sucked on that video. It didn't perform. I even at the gate of doing college, like Brandon did, is, hey, this isn't for me. How do I be successful in this field? I'm going to be repetitious in this field. I'm going to do years, not fucking weeks, not months. This is years in this field in order to be successful. Cody fucking DM'd me at 18,000 on, I think 18,000 on YouTube.
Yeah, 18 to 20,000 on YouTube.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I want to hear that. I've never heard the origin story of how you two even met. I actually
Really?
do want to hear this. Yeah, I've never heard
shit.
this. Yeah.
Wait, for real?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so we had I'll have Cody tell it, but just before we tell that, it is Brandon. I met you at you weren't at
30K?
SHOT Show. 30K.
30, 40. something like
Guess
that.
what? It wasn't like, well, they're holding me back. Oh, the algorithm's fucking me. None of that shit mattered. It was, I want to be successful in this field. I'm going to continue. I'm
hungry.
I'm fucking hungry.
I'm hungry.
What's your future book title?
Oh yeah, you're not shadow banned. You're just boring.
That's it. That's fucking it. And if
Like
you,
if you're not succeeding, it's your fault one way or the other. Like, and I know that's kind of like victim blaming or whatever. Fucking like some.
No,
certain
do
degree.
that.
It's like,
No,
seriously.
You should see failure as an opportunity to improve yourself. If you're not doing well, like in your state of life, it's been that way for me. Like aside from all the internet shit, just in when I was a fucking contractor, like running my own business, it's like if I didn't have customers booked out through the winter, there was something I was fucking up. It's I need to get myself out there in one way or another. It applies to all aspects of life. And the woe is me, like self-pity shit. I have a childhood friend who I love very dearly, but he loves any and every excuse to blame everyone but himself for anything that goes wrong in his life. And it's a miserable state of being. I can't fathom living in a self-created world where everyone is out to get you, because that's not the fucking case.
Say it.
What?
Say you should have been an electrician and not a carpenter. Say it. No. I know that's where you're going. Say it.
I wish somebody else would have picked up after me. That's what he's trying to get me to say. I wish I could have walked onto a job site and just left my fucking mess. Break the drywall. God, electricians.
But yes, the woe is me, self-pity shit will get you nowhere in life. Seriously.
My first instinct has always been, if I've ever failed at something where other people succeed, my first instinct is to ask, what did I fuck up that they got right?
No,
I
it's
don't
their fault.
understand. Yeah, it's like, obviously
their
it's the
fault.
world's fault, not me.
if you're doing that, you are fucked and you are going nowhere. No one will remember your name. I will say that outright. Because you're a race, class, creed, how you're born doesn't fucking matter.
We're actually we are way more ethnically diverse at this table than the average, social justice warrior conference.
I can say, I'm like, I grew up with 7 people in a 600 or 700 square foot house. Poor as fuck. We had mice and rats. We're like, but, and guess where? I dropped out of I love that I can be like, I dropped out of high school because I fucking
did?
hate school. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What age? What year?
It was my senior year. I was like, fuck this.
Your senior year?
Yeah.
They
told me
you're
I
on the last lap of the mile. And you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, I was like, and they're like,
sucks.
What
I
did
want to
you
go
do
to
after?
war.
well, they said I'd have to do another. They said, okay, you
like
have to do one more year of school, so you're gonna have to repeat your senior year. I was like, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
You
in Eli
redshirted for a year.
Yeah. So I was like, got it. I'm dropping out. I'm gonna go get my GED. Got my GED, and then
Eli's got a GED.
I got the GED, good enough diploma. I did that, and then military, I was like, hey, I'm going to continue to learn, continue to better myself. And the only reason I am where I am, I self-taught everything from videos to business to camera. And now watch it because you're a dumbass, fucker.
We're just saying something because, like, every professional YouTuber I know, as soon as they see you and they have a new camera, they walk up and like, Eli, here, do your thing.
They didn't even
Do
say
your
that.
whole
You just
autism
passed him
thing.
a
They just
camera.
hand him the camera.
Cody didn't even say anything today. Cody just went like this and handed it to me. I grabbed it. I was like, "Buh."
That is one thing I will say about you over everything else is that, like, God, this just feels like the gang does self-improvement. But no, you are always thirsty to learn shit.
All I want.
I'm calling you a thirsty hoe, I guess.
The thirstiest of hoes. It makes me so happy. And then seeing like all you guys still, it's the same thing. It's driven and being around individuals that not fucking kill me. If I hear excuses, it kills me.
Fuck you, Eli.
For why you,
I'm still mad at you.
for what?
I filmed half a video in your studio one time. I filmed 80% of my Ching Lee video in my studio at home. I filmed the last 30%, 20% real, but like after editing, it was like 30 to 40% editing fixes it all or whatever. But I like filmed the last chunk in your studio because I was here and I needed to get it done. And like I had fucking 100 comments. Eli's got a way better setup than Fat Electrician. It was like, people were like, talking to me like, oh, Eli's got that good audio. Damn it.
You can't give them the good or else they'll never come back.
I know.
But it's like refining the craft and finding business partners. But it shows show is my favorite example of this. You have an individual that has a HR degree
and a Powerpuff Girls shirt.
Yeah, and video game development. She doesn't touch it. Guess what? She fucking slays. Social media, business development, and I mean those two things. And then I don't know the other shit.
If you have a high enough IQ, you will slay at any profession you actually put time into.
it's drive.
Period. It's literally drive. I will more than degree, more than anything. I don't care what your fucking education is. I've hired and fired a dozen people. I don't care what your education background's like. I care how much you want to learn. I care how much you're willing to adapt to a new environment. I care how much you're willing to put in. Sweat equity matters to me.
Oh, yeah. Like, we have Jake, we have Finn. This entire team is built off of sweat equity.
We've all done it. We all came here on our own volition. We all came here with our own shit. That's
crazy concept because everyone struggled through it. And then if you have the opportunity from one of these individuals that you get to work with, it's learning and then continuing to be like, okay, I need to be even better than that person at this job to impress them. You should impress the individual you're working with. That's how you get fucking raises. Maybe not in corporate world. Even then, I think you will fucking fly up the chain if you do that. Because that's like show you start at like $800 a month. She's well past that and owns part of the company because her work ethic. She has no degree in social media.
Raise your hand if you regret that.
She's
All
raising
right.
it so high with 2 hands. Oh, Jesus Christ. She's quitting right now. She left.
That was me. I also own part of the company because I make dick jokes.
Come.
Dick. But even then, it's great to see like everyone has their slot and how you operate the business. And that's the most, like for fucking can we talk about shoes? We can talk about it. Can we talk about it?
Wait, what?
We're starting with
Sure.
shoe
Yeah, fuck it.
flip-flop?
Editing fixes everything. Go ahead.
Shoe flip flop company. We have some fucking sweet ass shit about to come out, but it's like we know each person that in the line of how they will push it and how it's marketed, and that is like you have two individuals with shoes. I love it's white people with shoes and Mexicans with flip flops. My favorite part. It's like the chocolate line.
I've never realized that until now. Jesus Christ. Holy
Actually,
shit.
pretty funny.
It worked.
It's kind of like class warfare. Coming to Pepperbox.
Oh yeah, so, dude. And now we have all these channels coming. I love just hard work. If you want to be good in life, fucking work hard, learn your craft. Don't think you're the best at it. Think somebody else is way better at you and you want to catch them. That is how you will be successful. That is how you will develop yourself.
I'll tell a really quick story that I've never told before. I was on a plane to Matt Carricker's house, actually. The plane landed at San Antonio Airport. It wasn't like directly at Matt's place. He wasn't that big yet. But it was fucking, I don't know, 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I don't remember. Whenever the first AR guys versus AK guys came out, and he took it. And you did the video, the AK guys versus AR guys. They kind of spoofed my video.
I remember that.
He reached out to me. He was like, hey, dude, I know we kind of like spoofed your video. We gave you a shout out. Do you want to come film some content? And I'm thinking like, oh, this is a guy that I've watched for fucking ever. Like, this is dope. Yeah, no, I'd love to do that. This is fucking great. And I'm on that plane. I'm just like, I'm writing up my priorities because I'm still, again, very young, hungry. I haven't really made my name in the industry at all.
How old were you at this point?
21, 22.
And then how many subs?
I don't know. Maybe I'm guessing like 30, 40K.
So this is like, this is life-changing for you getting that.
Yeah, no, to me, this is amazing. I'm like, dude, I have been able to legally drink alcohol for months. Like this is, a crazy experience for me. Like I don't, you know, it's I've always wanted this, and I like this is what I wanted since I was like 16, and I always thought like there's a future in this, and I was just gonna push for it. I was maybe, I want to say 21, maybe 22, you know, somewhere in that time frame. I don't remember now, but I wrote down on that airplane like list of things I want to do. And like just goals, like setting goals. I was constantly listening to like audiobooks and things that would push me forward. One of the things I wrote down was I want to be the biggest gun tuber ever. And at that point, you got to remember, at this point, I was gun tuber number 242. I was low on that fucking list. Now I'm like 4. That feels great. Like, okay, maybe I didn't fucking, what is it? It's the old saying, like, aim for the, better to aim for the sky.
Aim for the moon. Or aim for the stars.
Aim for the stars and fall short than to aim for whatever.
Aim for the clouds, land on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's like, I just wanted to be here and I was going to work my fucking ass off to get there. And that's, I mean, I feel privileged to be surrounded by you guys. So, not to be gay about it, but.
You should have talked shit about other people, to be honest with you. I feel like it would have helped you more.
That was the cheat code, apparently. I didn't know that.
Side note, I just want to say I love my friends because it's like you say that you're like, not to sound gay or anything. Cody sent a sweet message, which I love. I love you for the message, and then I sent a sweet message back. It's always hyping your friends up, but it's also like, also you're gay. Like it's ending, like, building your buddy up with something to knock him back down. By the way, yeah, that's this group of friends right here.
I love you more than anything.
Cody's message me was, "Hey, you want to come on my podcast?" Sure. Next message, "Hey, you want to come back?" Okay. Now I'm here.
Good group of boys.
It's the best group of boys. That's why I want to switch a thing. Every time everyone's around, I'm like, oh, this is my heaven right now. Also, if we can talk about, did you guys watch the
Politics? No.
Oh, Jesus fuck. And then religion. No. The fucking breakdancing Olympics.
Oh, it was hot.
Did you see this? Did anyone?
The kangaroo?
The Australian?
The kangaroo
my
jumps?
boy seen it. Australian
yeah.
breakdancing.
It was like this. She's like,
Yeah,
I wish you guys could see what we're seeing.
this is not fucking Chase. Pull this up. Did you guys watch the Australian
I watched it this
breakdancing?
morning.
Yeah.
She looked like one of the Wayans brothers in the movie White Chicks auditioning for the breakdancing scene is what
This
it looked
is
like.
Olympic level too, which kills me.
You know what?
I
You
didn't
know
even know
what
that was
pisses-
in the fucking Olympics.
You know what
It
pisses
is.
me off about this is like that's in the Olympics, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu isn't.
I think it was it was like a publicity stunt where like somebody just sent in somebody purposely terrible so
No.
that everyone would be aware.
She
that
has a
it is-
master's degree.
She
in it.
was dead ass serious. She's like, this is my artistic interpretation.
She was
That
like,
sounds like an artist, yeah.
Yeah.
and when you read about the back, because now it's like people that have read about it in college and have got the college degree for breakdancing or whatever the fuck it is, they're trying to defend her and be like, why would you be so rude to that person? It's like, well, first off, you look retarded. Period. Second, what the fuck, Australia? How was that? Like,
I say any criticism with the same energy that I tell you on the whole modern art thing. I think it's a tax front.
It's not even that. The fun part about the Olympics for me this year are like, have you heard about the geothermal situation and everything else?
Oh, God. What, Nick? Come on.
Have you not heard about this?
No, hit us with it, Nick.
Oh, God. So France is like,
did you see all our faces?
France is like super hardcore into the like, we need to reduce our carbon footprint and all this bullshit. So the Olympic Village this year doesn't have air conditioning, which is like a big issue when you have half your athletes coming from north of the equator from like countries that never break 80 degrees in the year. And they were like, we're not going to have air conditioning. We're going to have geothermal. And like, I have geothermal in my house. I'm fucking selling my house and moving because it fucking sucks that much. So geothermal is just like, we're going to pump water into the ground and the ground is cold, so then cold water is going to circulate through your house and it's going to lower the temperature. Like my house is 70 degrees,
Sounds
but
terrible.
it's 100% humidity, so it's like it doesn't feel crisp. Like you open the door to my house, it's like it's not crisp, cool air hitting your face like when you open a fridge.
It's like a
just
wall.
like it's like, okay, well, I'm not fucking dying anymore, but also I don't feel like I'm regaining any health from that experience outside. Like
I can't save here.
Yeah, it fucking
I
it
can't hard
blows.
save.
Like,
Enemies are still near.
I'm still taking radiation damage and fallout. Is how this fucking feels when I walk in my house.
I'm down to +1.
Yeah, like that's how it feels. And they did that with the whole Olympic Village. There's literally Olympic athletes that have been caught sleeping in a park near the Olympic Village just because it's cooler outside in the shade than it is in the Olympic Village that they've supplied these people
Are they
with. So it was like a
required to
huge
sleep
deal.
there?
I don't think they're required to sleep there, but like that's the only option they were given as far as like, so it's like you can sleep in this hot ass house or you can do whatever. So like a lot of people have been super fucking pissed at France because they're not helping like
Historically, that hasn't been great.
Yeah. The best performance of these athletes. And yeah, I don't, it's been kind of a shit show the entire time.
German
France is
Olympic medalists very pissed at France.
That's atrocious, man.
I see
It's
a
really
bad
bad.
moon rising.
It's horrible. This Olympic Games are fucked, and then like the medals are already like the people that have won Olympic medals are already like being rusty and shit because the gold Olympic medals this year are 1% gold, so they're like already tarnished and rusty after like 5 seconds.
Wait, what? Is that for real?
No, the Olympic medals this year, I believe they are 1% gold.
So they were literally
versus like 1908, like they were 100% gold. Like it was a fucking gold bar you got for winning the Olympics. Versus now, it's like fucking
like patinas after time.
Yeah.
Literally a day, as you're
like
saying.
it's patinaed after a day. Like there's Olympic medal winners that have like posted and been like,
That's crazy.
This
I
is
am
what it
like-
looks like after a week.
Stimming right now to not explain why this is Woodrow Wilson's fault.
Please go ahead.
Oh, can we? Yeah, go on.
Oh,
'Cause
we're
I
going to
just-
talk about Woodrow Wilson and the Federal Reserve and why our money's not worth anything
Yeah,
anymore.
we'll
and
do
like-
that, and
yeah.
then why Nick held back on the World War II veterans about.
Oh no!
Yeah, about
and then-
FDR.
And then we'll talk about FDR, and then we'll talk about fucking MacArthur. No.
Dude, do you know how you sent that screen grab?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I sent that to Nick 5 hours earlier.
Me and Nick,
the exact same screen grab.
we were
to
bleeding out of our tongues trying not to talk about why FDR is one of the worst presidents we've ever fucking had.
You're like, you old mans don't.
It
I'll
wasn't.
give you a
It
pass.
wasn't that. It
I
wasn't.
know.
It was one of those like, yeah, you know, these are American heroes, but at the end of the day, it's like,
Dude, I love watching both of your faces because I was like, oh, this is gonna be
I was watching Brandon going.
like
Nick does his fake
I
smile.
respect you far too much to even try to have. It's like so I have, you know, it's like my grandmother is my Oma. You know, I love her to death. She's an old German lady. She's 92 this year. I could never argue with her about certain things that she believes, but my God, do I want to sometimes.
Grandma, you're retarded. Need you shut the fuck up.
No, it's not that, but like it's just, you know, it's just like, oh, you.
It was
I
a
bet you believe that.
It's a different time, Brandon.
It was a
She has a
different
lot
time.
of things. She was a German civilian during World War II, so she has a lot to say about the Juden. But
It's like my grandmother in the Deep South. You know, there's a lot of things she can't say.
It was a different time.
You don't want to hear about the rock fights on the railroad tracks, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Meemaw.
What?
What?
Meemaw dumb that was.
Oh, nothing.
What did
nothing.
I miss?
I'm wondering what I missed. The rock fights on the railroad tracks? All right, I genuinely want to know about this now.
What, Nana having the rock fights on the railroad tracks with the other people?
I think that makes it worse.
Somehow this is worse than talking about it.
I came back ready to talk about MacArthur, and you guys are on some other shit.
Hey, Cody's talking about the
just
mud
like-
people again.
Oh, the alternative
slur.
Raid Shadow Legends ad.
Cody's just like, you know.
I just love how he gave me ownership over that. But MacArthur now.
What? Oh, I talked a bunch of shit about MacArthur, and now everybody has like a bunch of questions. So
I saw your last video. You kind of like dug into him a little bit.
I don't like him
but
at all.
Why is
not even
a
little bit? I have zero fucking respect for him. I guess like. So MacArthur.
Here we go.
So MacArthur.
Today we're talking about.
So
Hold my Thor's hammer. MacArthur.
It's Mjolnir, you fucking blasphemer. I just love how you slide it away, though.
Nick holds his hand and it flies into his hand. It's like, he's the chosen one.
General MacArthur is the most overrated general in the history of America by a factor that's not even quantifiable. It's ridiculous how much I don't like this guy and how bad of a general he actually was. So General MacArthur is in the Philippines when the Japanese initiate World War II on America, right?
Yes.
And General MacArthur gets an order to abandon the Philippines. So PT boat operatives, I don't know how much you know about PT boats, literally like wooden fucking speedboats come in and pick him up in the middle of the night and fucking whisk him away to safety while he abandons all of his men to die and face a baton death march alone, which I don't know how much you know about, like, you know.
Oh, the baton death.
People like, you know, like being in theater and then your leader just like, peace, bye.
I know
fucking
that.
figure it out. Like,
my lieutenant colonel quit.
Yeah.
Go on.
So like not very encouraging. So he just like abandons his men, and the counter argument to that is like, well, he was ordered by the president to abandon his men. Now, personally, I'm against that. I'm like a big, you know, like captain goes down with the ship kind of guy. Like I don't know this for sure, but I like to think I would ignore that order. I feel like a lot of other historic people that I look up to would have also ignored that fucking order, but he didn't. I'm not the arbiter of reality. I don't get to choose morality. Maybe he values following orders over doing the right thing, and maybe that is the right thing. I don't know. But then you fast forward to the Korean War, and he gets orders to fucking stand by. Like, so if you don't know much about the Korean War, like the North Koreans attack the South Koreans, almost take over the entire peninsula. The Americans show up, beat the North Koreans back, secure South Korea. At which point MacArthur is ordered to fucking, okay, chill. I'm gonna negotiate a peace treaty between North and South Korea. That's what the president told MacArthur to do. MacArthur is just like, nope, fuck it. I'm going to order all of the American forces to advance forward into North Korea, try to take over the entire peninsula, get within 40 miles of China's border, which China is backing the North Koreans because they're all communist. And then China attacks, understandably so. Like, imagine if Brazil decided to try to take over all of South America, and then they stormed up Mexico and got within 40 miles of Texas. Like, America would understandably respond, right?
Yeah.
Seems reasonable. Utterly fucking predictable, some would say. And they attack. It ends up getting a bunch of Marines surrounded by communist forces, gets a bunch of fucking people killed, and then he literally just ignored orders because he thought he was going to be the guy that like made the decision to fucking defeat communism out of nowhere, and it backfires because fucking obviously, and then he never takes any heat for it, right? So then it kind of just sets a tone of like, okay, well, he's willing to follow orders when it saves his own ass, but he's also willing to disobey orders when he thinks it's going to get him glory and honor, and it backfires the entire time. And I don't like MacArthur. And neither do most World War II veterans, and neither does fucking anybody else that kind of like reads anything about the guy. And yeah, there you go.
Accepted a really cool sword, though.
Cut to a compilation of him smoking his corncob pipe on camera because he refused to do anything without a camera present. Well, people fucking died.
He absolutely
Probably
wanted to
did,
do
yeah.
Korea, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Which I know a lot of. It's like the stereotypical boomer thing. It's like, we should have just let MacArthur nuke Korea, goddammit. Which,
No,
you know,
'cause
controversial.
I talked to my grandparents, or my grandpa was in Korea.
Pause.
Fucking,
What happened to your glasses?
why am I wearing my...
Relax.
I almost said a name.
Relax. We can watch Unsub, then you can leave.
Yes, Jeffrey Dahmer. I wasn't going to mention any gun tubers. You know, there are 3 of them off the top of my head that I can name right now who have the exact same pair of glasses. Love them. Love one of them.
Micah Bayfield?
No. Well, he's one of them, but... No, my grandpa who was in Korea fucking hates MacArthur.
Most World War II veterans and Korean veterans hate MacArthur.
Yeah, well, and I was talking to my grandparents. Yeah, so my grandpa who was in Korea and his wife, my grandma, and like at the time,
Scandalous.
Yeah,
Your grandparents were married? Good God.
Go on.
Don't you ever say that word about grandma ever again, buddy. But
Have you seen my glasses?
Eli will be in my freezer soon enough.
Well, you know, Dahmer only killed and ate gay men.
I'm going to
Like
be in
I
his
said,
freezer.
you're
Going to be in his
But no, he was hated at the time. They like called him crazy and shit, and he wanted to fucking nuke North Korea, and they were like, hey, maybe no. But you were saying the boomers wanted to nuke Korea?
Well, it's kind of the in modern day. It's kind of a boomerism of we should have let MacArthur fucking That's
like we just need to turn the Middle East to glass.
yeah, that sort of thing is what I was getting at.
It's like MacArthur has all the negative qualities of Patton and none of the upsides, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He has like all the
agree.
character flaws and none of the benefits.
When you watch the motion graphic display of, we're good, push, and then you watch China enter.
Yeah.
China, player 3 enters the battle.
Well, that's the other thing is
and
like-
then you just see Swarm.
they were the America of their side as far as that goes.
Oh,
But I mean,
100%.
that's my point. It's like he was ordered to stand down, violated orders. And like, to me, that's the entire reason why I don't like him. Like, he's willing to follow orders to abandon his men in the Philippines. And maybe that's his moral, ethical code. Like, he just follows orders, period. And like, if that's it, like, I don't know if I like it, but like, I can kind of respect it if he's just a dude that like,
If he's consistent.
I follow orders, period.
No.
And like, if he's super ultra consistent with it, I can maybe kind of respect it. But then Korean War happens and he's like,
It wasn't good
fuck
enough
it.
for Nuremberg.
I'm violating orders to get glory. And it's like, okay, so you're not just a dude that follows orders. You're literally just a dude that picks whatever the fuck he wants to do that benefits him the most, putting other people at risk the entire time. And that's exactly what it is. And it's like, what did you think was going to happen when you knew that China was backing North Korea and you were like, I'm going to take over the entire fucking Korean peninsula and put my soldiers directly on China's border and expect them to do nothing? Like the most predictable shit on the planet. Like if I tell Eli, hey, I hate you and I'm going to murder you and your family. Also, I'm going to show up to your front doorstep with guns and 50 other people and expect you to do nothing. And then Eli retaliates, and I'm like, this is completely unpredictable. I have no idea why this would have fucking
How
happened.
did it happen?
I feel shocked right now.
I'm so
actually.
I agree with that, but I would say that even if he was, he was so rigid in his obeying orders, I disagree with that because all of American military history has been made by men who were told to do one thing and said, fuck that, I have principles, I'm going to do this other thing.
I completely agree. I'm just trying to be like ultra
Devil's
charitable.
advocate, yeah.
I'm trying to be like ultra charitable, and he still fucks it up with me being as charitable as humanly possible. He still fucks it up.
So when you were talking
just
about
following orders, Hitler.
same punchline, you beat me to the joke.
I know. I saw it brewing in your head. I was like, no.
Talking about how many upsides Patton had.
Accepted.
What do you think about his idea that we fought the wrong enemy?
I don't know about we fought the wrong enemy. I'm a pretty big fan of him saying World War II ain't over. We should keep fucking pushing and fight them too. Because last I checked, here's the thing that pisses me off about this shit. Everybody likes to talk shit about,
Let 'em cook.
America
Yes.
didn't
Nic
fucking
Rant time.
join World War II until 1941. You know who else didn't join World War II until 1941 on the side of the Allies?
Was it the Soviets?
The USSR.
Well, it's
right?
a little backwards
Oh,
even. They
no.
were fighting on the other
That's what I'm
side
saying.
for a minute.
Their whole argument is
were
like,
like, the
actually,
eastern
the
half of
USSR is
Poland
better
looks
than
delicious.
America because they joined World War II in
Operation
1939.
what, Barroso?
On whose side.
Wrong one.
Oh wait,
Was it?
they were on the fucking German side in 1939, 1940, up until 1941, and then they had to switch after the Germans decided to fight them too. It's complete fucking nonsense. It pisses me off.
Same reason I hate the Italians. Pick a goddamn team. Stop switching when you're losing.
Yeah, and your tanks suck.
Your pizza's awesome, though.
No, their pizza sucks dick.
No,
Like,
fuck
legit.
you. Fuck you.
No, pizza
you.
as a food.
Fuck off.
Are we fighting about
The
pizza
Italians are good at two things, okay? Semi-automatic shotguns and carbs. That's it.
No. Okay.
I'm on board.
I love pizza. I love Benelli can suck my dick.
Have you ever bought a Benelli?
No, I can't afford one.
That was like the fucking, what's it, Barstool? Like, you ever been to Nantucket? It's fucking great, man.
Suck my dick. Have you ever bought one? I can't afford it.
It's fucking awesome, man.
Like my
the
pickup line
Turkish
with women.
knockoffs are just as good.
Friends are
I have it
very
on no
wealthy.
authority.
You're very wealthy. My friends are very wealthy. God,
Sorry
this
about the
is
Turkish.
chaotic.
First off, wait,
no.
go back to pizza. What?
I'm just
Italian,
still, I'm
like,
still
legit-
upset. I'm sorry. I'm just still upset. I fucked up Operation Barbarossa.
Yeah,
you pointed it out, and I'm
He thought
embarrassed. You embarrassed me in front of Nick.
I embarrassed
fine.
you in front of your
I
dad.
know what you meant.
Yeah,
I know what
okay.
you meant immediately.
You're Mexican. It's okay.
I'm not supposed to know history.
Oh, also, fucking comment section. Fuck you guys. Everybody got a little mad after the last time I went on a rant saying that it's illegal to talk about the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact. Like, there were some people that were all butthurt saying it's not illegal to talk about that. Sorry. It's not illegal to talk about the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact in Russia right now. It's just illegal to say the wrong opinion about it. And you can literally look it up.
Got fucked up by Finland.
In 2019, they literally started arresting people for saying, like, yeah, we were on the side of the Nazis. They started arresting me. It's illegal to have the wrong opinion about it. So go fuck yourself.
Did you tell the story about the origin of the
I like
name
more
of the
drunk
Molotov
Nick gets
cocktail?
more aggressive. He's like,
I
fuck you,
I don't
audience.
think I did. No.
Oh
Go
no,
ahead.
yeah, it was from the
Hey, people who pay my bills, fuck you.
Yeah. Hey, you
Not,
guys.
like, not 99% of you, just the 1% that came out of nowhere because of the shorts algorithm. Okay, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Fight me in the comments.
Yeah.
I have sources.
LGBTQ.
What?
We should purge the shorts.
No, we don't bring that up. We don't bring that up. We are not going to talk about that. But the Molotov cocktail thing.
I don't think you talked about the origin. I love the fucking the story of the origin of the name Molotov Cocktail. It was it's got.
Don't worry about it.
This episode's like,
Well, I just want to bring up. We started with Disneyland.
I know. My son with autism, and now we're here. Go on.
So
Man with glasses.
yes, I'm informed. You can tell because I have fucking glasses on.
I'm starting my own streaming service. It's called Salt Triangle. Feel free to go check it out.
Let me tell a story. Show, run.
I bet I can run faster than you. So the Molotov Ribbentrop pact or whatever
Pact, yeah.
Yes,
you
thank
were correct.
Give
yeah.
me your shot glasses while he tells this tale. We're doing halvesies because
So,
this is expensive.
That's not a hamsies.
The Soviets were hiding the fact that they were very intentionally invading Finland, and they were going to split it with the Nazis, same way they did fucking Poland.
Yep.
The
They
winter,
split up
the
all of
winter
Europe.
war.
Yeah.
The winter war came as a result of it. We all know that. But the reason Molotov cocktails are called Molotov cocktails is because Molotov, of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact,
Yep.
was from the Soviet Union. He was the representative, and they were dropping bombs on Finland. And so I can't remember in what capacity. Obviously, this is before the UN, but they were talking about how, this is for me. People are going to be so mad we're shooting this because it's very, very high quality Irish whiskey. And thank you again,
Well,
Shar.
we're
People
talking
who
about
were
Molotov
upset is
cocktails.
show.
Yeah.
Char, use that. But
She's
say
like, do
it
whatever
in-
you want.
Say it in Irish.
We should be.
What
Show.
did you say, Jake?
He said Winnebago.
Winnebago.
They were at...
Hey, Shell, in Ireland, do they call retirement accounts IRAs or what? What's going on there?
I made that joke 2 years ago.
Wait, Cody, are you joining?
Cody's joining.
Okay, wait, Cody. Hold
Cody
on.
needs a shot.
Oh,
They have
shit.
their own podcast, damn it.
Yeah.
Cody smelled.
I'll tell this Molotov cocktail story one day.
I know some gold is going to come from fucking trout.
That's all. Like,
I
like
want to find some shit me and Trout
like
disagree
some
on just
gold
to
in
fight
the
about
Swiss lake that we aren't allowed to look into. The Nazi gold in the Swiss lake. Look it up. Google it. You can do that.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. Don't ask
Don't worry about
the
it.
Swiss what they were up to during World War
Best
II.
group of boys, and we tap it on the table.
I love my friends. Damn, that's really good.
Damn, that gets way better.
So good. It's
I
annoying.
genuinely feel bad about shooting it because it's a high quality.
Have you
whiskey.
had it,
So-
Joe?
Whiskey to me.
Yeah, she shot it with us.
Can we go to that bar and
That's
like
so good,
any of
Show.
the
You went
800
above
bars
and
in
beyond.
Ireland? Can we go to any of the 800 bars in Ireland that are literally older than our country and just get shit
Show.
faced and
What is the
gang
best?
does?
What is the best bar in Ireland?
I have no idea.
She's like Applebee's, dude. You ever been to Applebee's? They got 2-for-1 apple Ritos, dude.
half off ads after
Texas, she takes us to Texas Roadhouse.
I pictured the fucking the Matthew McConaughey like, hey, you just go to get like a $1
I'm
margarita.
not gonna lie to you guys. I have a bucket list, and eating at a KFC in Ho Chi Minh City is on it.
I love that.
Just to prove a
Dunk on the
point.
Vietnamese.
Yeah,
You are so spiteful.
I hate it.
So at the international, conference when they were having this conversation about what the Soviets were up to, they had been bombing the Finnish. For those of you who still remember what I was talking about, and the representative of the Soviet Union, Molotov, said, "No, we're dropping food." Supplies on the Finnish people.
Kind of like we do to Gaza right now.
Well, except they weren't because they were actually bombs. And he called them, he said, much like picnic baskets. So the Finnish people invented a way to melt tank treads where you might have to censor this, Chase, because it's technically creating a destructive device.
Don't worry about all that.
Gasoline in a wine bottle, cap that shit, light the fuse. We all know what a Molotov cocktail is. Throw it melts the tank treads. Finnish civilians were destroying
What fucking cheese-
Soviet tanks.
What cheese steel were they using to melt fucking tank treads that
I think
way?
they were bound
Communism.
by rubber. Yeah, I don't know. The
Oh,
fucking Soviet
right,
Union.
right.
Communism.
And so the
We call
joke,
this steel. It's rubber. That's
this is highest quality Soviet steel.
It must have been made of the same shit that they used in the World Trade Center.
Hijo de su pinche puta madre. I'm one sentence away.
I have the
keep
most
it.
alternative reason to why I think that was a setup on the planet. So, anyways,
Which
continue.
part?
No, wait. Let
of
him
it.
finish, and then let him cook.
So the Finnish said, we're just giving them a cocktail to have with their picnic. And they named it after Molotov. Oh, that was the biggest struggle of my life. And it doesn't land as hard. When it's a 20-second long story, it's much more interesting when it's
I
25
still learned
minutes.
something.
Thank you, Dad.
I really did
I
learn
learned something
something. That
too.
was-
So good job. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where
I
the
didn't either.
Molotov cocktail comes from. We all know the story of Simo Haya, so there's the Molotov cocktail.
Anyways, I shit talked him so hard in my last video.
Simo Haya?
Oh, I know.
I have a whole segment only
You're
on
like, this nerd
Pepperbox
got
where I
shot.
just shit on this guy for like, I don't shit on him. It's just like, because my newest video that I just filmed literally yesterday is on Carlos Hathcock, and every fucking time there's a Carlos Hathcock video, people are like, Simo Hoya's better.
Wait, where can we find the extended edition?
Oh, the deleted scenes where I talk about Simo Hoya are only going to be on Pepperbox.
Is it Simo Hoya or Haya?
Whatever, potato.
Is he
Finnish.
Japanese
Neither
or
of us.
Asian?
He's
Careful,
Finnish.
man.
He's Finnish.
You're gonna fucking
Finnish,
piss
so-
him off.
So half Mongolian.
I don't know. It just pisses
he
me
looked
off
full-
because
he
people,
looked full
people are
Haya,
like,
then.
actually,
That is a Haya
actually,
than a Hoya.
Simo Haya is better than Carlos Hathcock because he has more confirmed kills, and it's like Simo Hoya has like what, like fucking 700 confirmed kills or some
I
shit.
think it's like in the 300s. but
Okay,
yeah.
so it's in the 300. Carlos
That's a
Hathcock has
huge difference.
Carlos Hathcock has 93 confirmed kills, but in Vietnam, because they had just developed a scout sniper platoon, they didn't believe the kill count, so they were like, the only way we're going to count confirmed kills is if it's witnessed by your commanding officer and one other party. Quick question. What size elements do scout snipers go out in?
No, 2. And then
How many
times does your commanding officer go out on a fucking mission?
Never. So like all of Carlos Hathcock's confirmed kills are from being on Overwatch duty on a hill, and he's still got 93 of them.
That dude kills
That's my favorite part of your last video, like the super long video where you're just like the one kill he was super fucking pissed about internally. He wanted like them to go back Like,
Yeah.
okay, there's going to be a plane that's down. They shot off the left wing and shot through the cockpit. It's going to be in this exact place.
Yeah.
Go send scuba divers whenever you can. I fucking shot that plane down.
And he was right.
Yeah.
Pardon? He shot down a plane?
No, not
No,
that
no,
is.
no. This is
not-
my
not
last video about
yeah.
Richard Bong,
Oh, okay.
America's Ace of Aces.
Side note, that's what I fell asleep to. Thank you for pulling that back. That beautiful video
Yeah.
is
It's fucking hot, isn't it? Yeah.
Ace of Aces.
Beautiful.
I was like, my boy just
Fucking-
has the softest of voices.
That's why me
Dick
and
Bong,
Cody FaceTime
homie.
each other
Dick-
every night. We fall asleep looking
Fuck,
at
you
each
hit the
other's
bong,
faces.
you get high, bong hits you, you
fair.
fucking die.
Dude,
Anyways.
that dude murdered so many people. Go on.
Anyways, so my whole point is like the confirmation difference between the two criteria is like Sima Hoya was going out and just being like, yep, I killed fucking 17 conscripts today that were running around with not snow camo in Finland. And they're like, yep, this guy's a better sniper than Carlos Hathcock, who was killing Viet Cong snipers in the jungle, getting witnessed by his fucking commanding officer and 3 other people at the same fucking time. And they're like, well, he did kill more people. It's like, I mean, maybe, but hear me out. Like, there's quantity and there's quality. And I feel
They
like
were
they're-
both killing commies. So
I mean, fair.
While it is
100%. I love Sima Hoya for it.
It is stiff competition, but one of them is skinnier.
All I'm saying is you have quantity and you have quality matters, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, Khabib Nurmagomedov's got like, what, 29-0 in MMA? He's got 29 fights. So if I go to a fucking middle
I
school...
still bet against him every time out of principle.
If I go to a middle school and beat the fuck out of 35th graders, am I a better fighter than Khabib? No. It's absurd. Anyways.
oh, mashallah, he will win.
Brandon, that might be your greatest.
God damn it.
I just picture like Muhammad Ali. I still bet against him from principle.
Muhammad Ali would have been on the same team.
Muhammad Ali,
Unpopular opinion. I like Muhammad Ali. I respect
I
it.
do
That's
too,
a
actually.
very
Yeah,
popular opinion, I feel.
yeah that's.
Huh?
I don't
No,
feel like that's
like,
an unpopular
A lot
opinion.
of people like shit on Muhammad Ali, like, oh, he dodged the draft, but like,
Oh, for that.
I actually have like a fair amount of respect for the fact that he was like, look, I'm not down with it.
It's who I thought your
I'm
kid
not-
was named after.
No, it was
I
named
know,
after the
that's why
guy
I
that
was
his
like,
dad
yes.
was named after. But either way, like, I just like, people are like, oh, he dodged the draft. I don't fucking like him. It's like, I mean, yeah, is it the decision that I would have made? I like to think not, but also like,
to be fair, take those people and ask them who they're voting for.
yeah, for sure. But like, he's like, I'm not going to fight that war. If there's consequences, that's fine. I'll pay him. And then he stood his ground and he paid those consequences. He didn't flee to Canada. He didn't run away. He was like, that's the deal. I'll fucking do it. And he did it. So
Yeah. Well,
it's hard to not respect that from me.
Rope a dope the shit out of people.
because when was he called up in the draft? Was that like in the middle of his career? Because they would have probably just like Elvised him.
It was a little at the like middle, but slightly beginning of his career. But he was still like everyone knew
He
that
was
dude.
hot.
Yeah, like they wouldn't have tossed
Cassius
him in
Clay
a
was
jungle. They would have
beating the shit
Elvised
out of
him.
You came close.
I know. Sorry.
No, not Cassius Clay. Muhammad Ali. He changed his name because
Because
we were
of
just
the
talking
draft.
about. No, because of the draft, he became. Well,
I don't think it was because of the draft.
Part of it. 'Cause
Is
that's-
it really?
Yeah.
what is it,
Eli,
the
I don't
something
think I ever
Brotherhood?
told you about this. I knew his mom,
What?
Muhammad Ali.
How the fuck
Hold
did
on.
you
Go
boxing?
ahead.
Wait, hold the fuck.
I've
on.
met him.
Hold on.
How does this
You- hold on.
fucking?
Oh yeah, we were
nuke
talking about this the other
drop
day.
off?
Yeah,
You've met Muhammad Ali.
I met Muhammad Ali. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your story first. That's objectively better.
I hate my
No,
friends. They don't tell me the cool story.
No, I met him like very, very late in life. So he, I
had the shakes.
yeah, no, I made a joke about it that somebody picked up on
just
like
being on.
a few appearances ago of me, but he was like fully mentally gone by the time I met him. He was sitting in a wheelchair. He had Parkinson's, but which I thought was super odd at the time because it like his Parkinson's wasn't the way like normal people I've seen with Parkinson's will, just have, their muscle contractions and tremors and stuff. He was almost like, it was like he was boxing. It was the weirdest shit.
Jesus Christ.
On that note,
I was trying to make a joke about him establishing the jab, and then you basically said it was true. Anyway.
on that note, when I was fucking training every day for boxing, I noticed that like when I was sleeping, I would like fake jab in my sleep.
That's what you told your girlfriend.
Well, exactly. Well, I had to tell her something.
I was asleep.
No, but I would literally. I'm dead fucking serious. I would wake myself up like at least like the muscle spasm like of the punch. Like I would do that same thing. So like that's fucking wild.
But you knew his grandma?
Punches in.
No, I knew his mom.
No,
his
it's fine.
mom.
I armbar Mrs. Fat Electrician in my sleep all the time.
I bet you
That's
do.
why I beat my wife.
You wake. I just picture you. Just full fucking T-pose.
I haven't figured out.
You're waking up to this.
I haven't figured out how to put it into words, but like I'm trying to come up with a joke for like. There's a lot of couples that both do jujitsu. Like my wife doesn't do jujitsu, but I have a lot of like other people that I teach where the husband and the wife both do jujitsu together, and like they're both progressing at the same rate, and they're both very good. And it's like
one doesn't trust the other.
domestic violence just turned into a very technical grappling match. It's like nobody actually got hurt, but also somebody could have died. No.
In their sleep, they just like kind of like trying to get the dominance position.
Get the underhook.
No, but a bar I used to go to in Raleigh back when I lived in North Carolina, the guy who managed the place, like he was very good friends with Mama Ali. So like we would randomly go out to the bar. It's like, oh, hey, have I introduced you to Mama Ali? I'm like, oh yeah, no. It's like the fourth, fifth time. Like she was just there. She was just like a staple of the bar.
That's
it was
awesome.
Kind of wild.
That's fucking
Side note, have you guys seen Big George Foreman, the movie?
Not yet.
No.
I love his story.
I watched it on the plane coming here like a year ago, like right when it came out. I'm dead ass serious. You need to watch it because it's legitimately my favorite fucking boxing movie of all time. Like it beat out Rocky Balboa. It's my favorite fucking boxing movie, dude. It's
I didn't
so
know it was
good.
out.
Yeah, it's been
Big
out
George
for
Foreman, it's been out for
year.
years. It's so good, dude.
I've never heard of this movie.
His movie is so amazing. Big George Foreman.
Dude, his
it's so
story
good.
is fucking insane.
Did they talk about his love of grilling?
Yeah. Like legit.
Oh, shit, like
part of
dead ass
it, of
serious.
how he makes his money. I've never watched it. I know it's part of it.
I feel like you can't not talk about that.
They're like, hey man, you
Dead ass serious. No, they do. And it's
No
such a
shit.
good movie. It's so good.
because that's a surprise to how much money he's making. Because he didn't know.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, huh?
Dude,
Because how much
Dead ass
money when
serious.
it first released?
would you guys do it with me? Like, cause like I think he's still a preacher in Texas.
Oh, bro.
Can
Are
we,
you still alive?
We're at.
can we go to church?
That's a gang
and
does.
dude, gang goes to fucking church with George Foreman would like make my whole, I want to go to a sermon that guy preaches. It's
I'm down.
so good. He is such a badass.
And Nick boxes him. It's going to be such
Fuck
a good episode.
that. Bro, you know how good you got to be to just...
Have you watched his fight? This dude,
All of it. I've watched all of them.
40 years
Bro's
old.
in
He's
his
like,
40s, heavyweight world champion. It's insane.
he goes into, he has quit for a while. And he's like, I have to make
He
money.
is 75 years old now.
Yeah. So he came back.
This is a dying. I don't want to fight. He'll still fuck me up at 75.
Oh,
but
dude,
I want to
I
go.
feel like
and
there's
sit.
no win. There's no win. Like
I
even
want to
if you-
go sit
you
and just
don't
hear
knock
him
that
preach
dude
at
out.
church. I don't care. Like I just want to go and see it.
Okay, we're going to do, the gang does.
Houston's 3 hours.
The gang does church?
Will reframe the verbiage? We'll move it
I
around.
haven't sat through outside of
The
my
gang fights George Foreman.
outside of my wedding. I haven't gone through like any religious ceremony or whatever since I was like 10. If I get to do it the first time with George Foreman, I'd be so happy. I'm dead ass serious.
Nick gets baptized.
I've never been baptized. If George
Really?
Foreman baptizes me, I'd be fucking
We're
ecstatic.
doing it. We're doing it. Dude, this, Cody, and Brandon, this guy he quit for like a decade.
Yeah, he quit for like 8 to 10 years.
What?
I
Do you
feel
guys know
called
the
out.
story? No,
You
the
know the
story
story?
of George Foreman. He quit for a fucking decade
You know,
of boxing.
do you know the phrase the rope-a-dope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This story's
he was hot shit. He'd never been beat. He won the Olympics, and like he faced a ton of shit from the black community because he was like, waving the American flag and shit after he won the Olympics. And this is like obviously at a time where
Cancel culture was huge.
civil rights was a much bigger issue,
Twitter was
right?
popping off.
Yeah,
this
Twitter, huge. Anyways, so he faced a bunch of heat for it, whatever, and he ended up fighting Muhammad Ali as the heavyweight champion, and the rope-a-dope happened. You're like, you know what the rope-a-dope is?
No, explain to the audience.
So the top rope, Muhammad Ali identified that the top rope was looser than it was supposed to be because you tighten them. And he went in, and George Foreman was known for just being a fucking power puncher. Like if George Foreman hits you, you die.
Is that the famous clip of Muhammad Ali doing that?
Yeah, shit like that. So Muhammad Ali identified that the rope was looser, so he dodged a bunch of punches, let George Foreman tire himself out, and then he went and finished George Foreman. And then after that, George Foreman tried to make a comeback, but he ended up retiring and became a preacher for fucking years. Like a decade, he became a preacher, and then
he broke.
He started a youth center to try to help give back to the community, and he ran out of money because his finance guy fucked off all of his money, and he wanted to make all his money back, so he started boxing again after he'd been a preacher for a decade. Came back
just not training for a decade.
Not training for a decade. Came back as a 40-year-old man and won the world heavyweight boxing title as a fucking 40-year-old to win money to keep this youth center open
for years.
For years, I think it's open to this day, but I'm not sure. But he fucking ended up keeping it open, won the world heavyweight title. I think he's still a preacher, last I checked, and it was incredible.
Homeboy came back, and when you watch him come back and learn, he did cross guard.
Yeah,
he was cross guard, which is this. Brandon, this is how he fought. You do this.
The Mummy.
It was called a cross guard. It was very rare in boxing. Homeboy would do this, bop, 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 walk forward. If you watch this,
he just fucking held his hands out
like this.
He'd let you punch him, and then he'd punch you back, and then you died.
Yeah, literally. You watch videos of him hitting a 300-pound
heavy
bag, and you watch it just swing.
And you're like, oh shit.
And one of the most famous videos is him walking up to a dude and slugging him, and the dude just crumples to the ground. Like he walks up like this, he goes, homeboy just and dies. He just kills him.
Christ.
Yeah, dude. It is insanity. And that's where the George Foreman grill, everything came from that last stint. This is after he's broke. He has no money. He comes back into boxing. He's like, hey, I can't support preaching or what I believe in. I'll go back. This is the only way I can make money. And then he goes back. And he fucking slays. And then the George Foreman grill, which is hilarious. He was like, how's it doing? It's like, man, you're worth $6 million. He's like, huh?
Yeah. No, he walks into the bank, and they're treating him different, and he's like, what's going on? It's like, sir, you're worth $12 million. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he has no idea this shit's going on.
Jesus. It's such a good story. The movie's incredible. The story is even more incredible.
What's the movie on right now? What streaming platform?
I watched it on the fucking airplane, but it's Big George Foreman. It's legitimately my favorite. My favorite, not just boxing, but fighting movie. It beats out Rocky Balboa. It beats out any Rocky. It beats out Warrior.
Really? No shit.
It beats out all. It's my favorite fighting movie, period. It's so good.
So what is it called?
Big George Foreman is the name of the
George
movie.
Foreman. Okay.
And the actor in it did such a good job because they had the same actor.
Oh, that's last year.
They had the same actor being him when he was young, going through the Olympics, fighting through heavyweight championship, losing to Muhammad Ali, and then he wears, I don't know if he wears a fat suit or if he just puts on a ton of weight or whatever, but that actor did such a great job in that movie. It's so fucking good, dude.
Jesus. He was a big person.
Bro, when he won the world heavyweight title, he looked like a dad. That dude was walking in with New Balance shoes and putting people in a fucking coffin. He was incredible.
Dad.
Oh, it's so good.
So when are we doing a unsub fight? So I haven't really.
Bro, what are the odds we can get George Foreman on the podcast?
I think pretty good. I think at least 50-50.
Oh, I would love
Bro,
that,
if we get George Foreman on this podcast, I'd be so fucking happy.
I will sell so many fucking grills, dude.
Dude,
like this. Dude, this
40-year-old man just putting people in the hospital.
Damn, bud.
God damn.
Dude, he hit like a tank. Chase, I'm going to send you this.
Also, the guy he's fighting does not look like he's ready to fight George Foreman.
These are the best boxers in the world.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, a world contender. Watch this. This is my favorite part. Bonk, Bong.
Dude, the walking
punches.
the walking uppercut, and dudes are just like, I'm dead.
I'm dead. I've died. And then we're good. Dude,
Dear God.
At that weight, if you watch him punch his 300-pound heavy bag, it is the most terrifying thing you will ever see. Because it is, Brent, you've hit like 100-pound punching bag, and you're like,
Yeah.
You get it moving. This dude, when he hits, it's like, and it's 300 pounds, just shaking the thing, and you're like, oh man, that dude would fucking murder me if he hit me. Like, there's not like I can take one,
Dude, and
I
like,
die.
the other thing is like everybody's used to like UFC and shit where there's like science and all this other shit involved. George Foreman came back as like a 40-year-old man and won the world heavyweight title, and his training was literally like picking up a baby calf, a fucking cow, and just like walking up a hill and then chopping down a tree.
So it was the literal like Rocky
Yeah.
Four.
It was it was the
100%,
real life version of Rocky, and he actually fucking did it.
He watched that
It's
movie.
so
He
good.
was like, okay, that's good training. Because the movie said, gotta do this for Jesus Christ. And then you do it, and then punch a dude in the face, they die, and then make the money. and rinse,
Be
repeat.
strong, hit hard.
And then all his kids, my favorite part is, do you know his like 6 boys' names? It's like 6 or 9. How many boys does he have?
Yes.
It's like 6 or 9 boys. What are the names?
They're
1,
all
2,
George.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Are
7,
you
8, 9,
serious?
10.
They're all George II, George III, George IV.
That's not how it
George
works.
If the British can do it, so can he.
It's my favorite part. He was like, all of them are named George. George Foreman, the 6th. I was like, man, this is a smart dad move. We're like, George, they all turn.
You've
and look
never
at
seen
you.
the movie?
Hey, listen here, 5.
You've never seen the movie?
No, not
you
yet.
need to watch it. It's
I
so
will.
good,
I
dude.
will.
All right, I know what I'm doing tonight.
Oh, I fucking love it. Also, side note before we close this out, Edge of Tomorrow. You guys watch Edge of Tomorrow? It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Tom
With,
Cruise.
yeah.
My boys.
And what's her dick? Emily fucking Blunt, right?
Dude, the
Yeah.
manga.
Sicario.
The manga it's based off of. That's what you know. The manga it's based off of. Super different. Like
Really?
slightly there. Yeah, it's really good, but it's still like the manga is Full Metal Bitch. Her name,
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt
that-
sucks ass in
that's what they
Sicario.
called her. And the manga was Emily Blunt. They called her everything is so closely related to how the movie played out. It was really cool fucking reading. I was like, huh, never ending completely different. He has to kill Emily Blunt.
Is that where you have to read left or right?
Yeah.
I'm not about it.
No.
Sorry, man.
He has to
I wish
kill her. in
Benicio
it.
del Toro would have just actually killed her in the end of Sicario. Sorry, I'm on Sicario now. Yeah.
Speaking of him, what's his name?
Benicio del Toro.
What's that movie with him and the guy from Men in Black?
Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh,
Yeah. Dude, that's like my favorite
No
movie
Country?
ever.
No Country.
No.
No, he wasn't.
No, the one where they're like
mean, you
Tommy
just had
Lee
the same
Tommy
brain
Lee
fart.
Jones is like the knife trainer for special forces.
Where they're
And
in
he ends up,
the
like-
Northwest Pacific woods,
Yes.
right?
And he, like-
Hunted.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Such a good movie.
Thank you, lawyer.
Oh,
Jake.
I love it.
That's your name.
I haven't seen that.
You
Oh,
never
what?
seen Hunted?
Hunted?
No.
Bro, it's so good.
Because it was like Tommy Lee Jones right when he was on his kind of decline from like he was a little older there, but he's still like good enough to fight, like knife fight people, and he trains Benicio del Toro to knife fight. And so Benicio del Toro he's like a CIA black ops assassin. He goes off into the woods, and so Tommy Lee Jones has to hunt him
He
in
like
the woods.
like the CIA dude Benicio del Toro has a mental health crisis, and he's just gonna murder everybody.
So
like
it's
Green
basically
Beret.
like it's more R-rated Rambo.
Yeah,
like just
essentially.
first blood.
And they bring in the dude that trained him how to knife fight to go in and track him down, and like it's not based on a true story, but the characters are based on real people, and I know who 2 of them are in real life.
Wait, what?
That I can't tell you on the podcast because they still work for the government.
This
But
is based off of a
dear
real
God.
story?
What year did this movie come out?
This came out like 10 years ago. I was a child.
No. Over 10 years ago. This is like 2004.
Yeah. This came out a long time ago, but like I literally the dude that Tommy Lee Jones is based off of in that movie the knife trainer. There's one person that's beat him in a simulated knife fight, and I know that dude personally.
No shit.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of
It's
cool.
fucking dope.
2003, dude. We're over 20 years old now on that movie.
I'm old as shit. I'm 30.
I used to watch that in high school. I love that movie.
You're old as shit. Yeah, whatever.
I'm sorry.
Hunted,
How old are you?
Literally like a year and a half younger.
Yeah, see, I'm old as shit. Anyways.
It's a good movie.
Eli, how
All right.
old are you? Like 7,000 years old, and you still
Yes.
look younger than me?
All right.
And you did nothing.
Eli still calls the Old Testament the Testament. Anyways.
All right. So we got to watch Hunted, and then we got to watch
Big George Foreman.
Big George Foreman. Okay,
Yep.
that's
All
your
right.
homework for the next week, guys.
You sat down to pee?
Yeah.
Was the water cold or
I didn't
no?
want to splash the water, so it fucking resonates.
I feel like the water's colder in Texas every time I sit down to pee.
Dude, right? It feels so good.
I feel like we need to start giving our fucking viewers like homework.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
What's the homework we give them?
Big George Foreman and Hunted.
This has been one
Season
of my
3,
favorite
episode
podcasts
2.
because it's like
Magic
we started
School Bus.
with
We are all over the fucking
Disney.
place.
everything else. Now we're at George
Oh, God,
Foreman.
it feels-
now homework.
It feels like Fight Club when they give out homework. It's like also bully the UK government. Like, please.
Punch one woman.
His name was Robert Paulson.
That
Bob from Fight Club is my avatar, actually.
Meatloaf?
Yep. No, the dude with the bitch tits, that's me.
Meatloaf.
Bob had bitch tits.
Your cum story.
What cum story?
Which one?
You guys were starting to tell a cum story and the cameras weren't on.
You're going to have to be way more
Yeah,
specific.
which cum story?
Huh?
Oh, dear God! No, we were talking about the umbrella.
Oh, that's not the story I thought of.
the umbrella, the CIA
pellet?
umbrella thing. Yeah.
What
Or
the fuck did I
KGB.
miss?
Yeah, we were talking about
KGB
strange
were in the shitter.
KIB assassination.
No, I was
attempts.
talking
Yeah.
to Ryder.
KIB.
KGB?
G.
Yeah,
KIB?
golf.
Whatever, they're communists. I don't care.
I went to check on my son.
Stuns?
Stun.
And apparently
Stun.
they talked about injecting cum.
No, this was before we started.
Injecting
beginning.
cum?
What is going? Go on.
So before
I am
we
so
started-
lost right now.
before we
Show,
started
why
the
did you bring
podcast-
this up? Shows just remember. She's like the cum injection.
Oh, which
Bring
one
it up.
show?
Yeah, and the guy's like, which?
Before we started the podcast, Nick had actually asked me if I could recreate the CIA assassin
Heart attack
gun.
Because I want it. Bad, actually.
what?
Have you never seen this?
I know. I think I know the story. That was the one where they were like walking across the crossway and
No, dude, there was a fucking like a government fucking interview, like a meeting. What do you call that? A committee, an
It
investigation
was
committee.
it was a congressional committee.
It was a congressional committee that was talking to the CIA about shit they've done, and the head of the CIA comes out and is like, "Yep, we have a heart attack gun. Here it is," and he fucking pulls it out and he waves it around, and it's a 1911 with like it looks like a fucking 6x scope on it, and he's like, "Yeah, it shoots a dart made out of ice that's coated in pufferfish toxin that makes you have a heart attack." It's the only time it's ever been seen ever. And they're like, "Yep, nope, this is a thing. We have it. We can just make you
Yeah,
have a
they
heart
just
attack."
asked
with it."
him about it, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, here it is."
Yeah.
What
Just fucking whips it out. And he's like, "Here's the heart attack gun that we developed. It shoots fucking
one
ice
looks
darts."
super bored, and
Yep.
one's like, "What the fuck?"
He looks
That
like the,
dude's
he
face
looks
is
like
like-
the super church guy.
Super church.
Oh, I know who you're talking. The jet guy.
The wind of COVID, I push it away.
Be young,
Damn,
demon.
they just whipped it out, huh?
Be young,
Look
demon.
at that fucking optic
Yeah.
on it. Okay. How does it keep the fucking ice frozen inside of it?
You don't need to.
They're like, it's accurate within like 200 yards.
I guess it's cold in
Give you
Russia.
a heart attack and you die. The end.
Well, the umbrella thing was the same thing. It just pushed a little pill into you, and then it just like...
We did that with like just a normal person one time, by the way.
What?
You didn't know that?
Confused.
A normal person as in, like,
I
he
was
didn't
checking my
deserve-
son and
Yeah, no.
fucking heart
straight
attack
up, like,
gun?
No, like a 25... Again, Google this. I'm drunk, but I'm fairly confident that a 25-year-old showed up to the fucking hospital with a broken arm, and the U.S. government injected him with a uranium pellet that emitted radiation, and just sent him home and just to see what would fucking happen.
That sounds Russian.
Ended up killing the guy.
So that sounds like basically just the
Tuskegee.
Tuskegee. Yeah, thank you. That was exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuskegee experiment, except it was with a white guy.
Speaking of that,
yeah.
I'm working on a video about the Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh wait, can
and
we
like my
just-
favorite one.
Dude,
Yeah, go ahead.
you're
So is
fucking-
Spielberg.
The fighter pilot.
Fighter pilot. Which one?
The one you just did.
Dick Bong?
We're going down the hole.
The hour-long video?
Yes.
Yeah, what about him?
Dude, that's the one I fell asleep to.
Good.
Did you guys watch his Dick Bong video?
I would have never known you fell asleep to him.
Dude, all the time.
It's only been like the third time this episode.
8 times.
What about
Yeah,
it?
no, I did
What about
watch
it?
the video though. Yes,
That is fucking insane. Like
the guy was a G.
Yeah, dude, just
Bro,
as
he died
As you
at
pointed out,
25.
as one
That
who
was
just
fucking
watches
crazy.
a plane fly over, and he's like, "That's what I'm gonna do. That's it, right there, fucking."
His whole life. Yeah.
And the dude just rises to the occasion and destroys everyone.
And dies younger than any of us.
I didn't talk about it. So I didn't talk about it in the
Yeah,
video.
that's what he's saying. So he died
fell
at
asleep at
25.
He died at 25. So like I didn't
I was
talk about
asleep at that
I didn't talk about this at all, but like it's super sad. So like Dick Bong is the most well-documented person that I've ever researched. Like every fucking thing that Dick Bong did is like highly fucking recorded. It's insane how much documentation this guy has for his record because he was the ace of aces when they were like it wasn't like Vietnam or GWAT. Like it was beneficial to record everything and tell everybody about it. So like everything he did was super ultra fucking recorded. And he ended up his commanding officer, his name fucking escapes me right now this second because I've been focusing on Carlos Hathcock for so long. But General Kenny actually wrote down early on in his career that he was concerned about Richard Bong because he felt that he was such a nice, kind-hearted Midwestern kid. Like,
Pause.
the dude was like border.
Pause. Was this yours?
That was mine.
I thought it was a chip, and I went to bite into it. It's not a chip.
Nope, that's my old.
I know.
My
I
old
felt
Zen
it.
packet.
Yep,
Sorry,
100%.
Okay,
I went and I thought it was a chip, and it wasn't a chip.
Connor, we're not going to call that Eskimo brothers, but what are we going to call that? Eskimo cousins?
I was like, that's me. I'm gonna put it back. Okay, go on with your story.
Anyways, General Kenny actually wrote early on.
I hate my life.
Early on in Bong's career, General Kenny wrote.
I could have shut
I'm
up.
still
and
recovering from that.
I
but
could have never told that story. No one would know.
the comments would have known.
Chase, play that back.
Anyways, General Kenny wrote that he was concerned that if Bong ever realized that the planes that he was shooting down had people in them, he would lose his heart and wouldn't be able to do it anymore. And that was like years prior. And then he went and shot down 40 confirmed enemies. And like as he was on his way back after downing 40 enemies, he like on the way home witnessed another fighter pilot shoot down an enemy, and he like saw the dead body of the pilot in the Japanese Zero, and he like went off and fucking puked in the bushes because he realized that he had killed 40 people. It was like super sad. I didn't know how to put it in the video.
He didn't
Yeah, it
know
was
he was.
horrible.
He didn't know there were people in the plane.
It wasn't that he didn't know that they were people.
He didn't have to
but like
personify
in
it.
his mind, it was literally just like he just wanted to be the best pilot, and he was going out there out flying people. Like it was well known that he wasn't good at shooting. Like he couldn't shoot at a good distance, but he would get so close to the enemy planes that it was like point blank range, and he would shoot them down. And then he like witnessed somebody else shoot somebody down and like saw the aftermath, and like it like hit him that like he had actually killed 40 people, and he had like went off and fucking puked in the bushes after the fact that he had became the ace of aces, the dude that shot down more than anybody else. And it finally hit him that like it wasn't just objectives, it wasn't just winning a game. He had actually killed 40 people, and it was like super hard on him, and he fucking went and puked in the bushes, and he got sent home. It's kind of fucking sad.
Well, it's like kind of Ender Games. If you haven't read Ender Games, it's that same ideology.
Ender's Game?
Yeah.
You, like, he doesn't know. Spoilers alert. The book's fucking 30 years old at this point. It is a child that is brought up to be a general, and then he is playing games. And once he finds out, like, all the adults celebrate that last victory in the video game, and then he's like, "Oh, fuck yeah, I won." And they're like, "You just saved humanity." This wasn't actual video games. This was or a simulation. This was actually
You were controlling people the whole time. Have you ever read that book? So like he was raised,
that really sucks if you're going for achievements.
he was raised from the age of a child, playing a video game of like Command and Conquer, basically a Command and Conquer video game, except he found out that somewhere along the line it quit being a video game and a simulation, and he never realized it, but he was actually controlling real life troops on the ground that were going out in space. I mean, the troops on the ground in space, whatever the fuck. But he was controlling actual people that were taking out it's aliens in the video or whatever. But he finds out that like, oh shit, I was actually controlling real people, taking out real other sentient life forms at the same time. And
have you
heard that?
Sacrificing humans because in the last battle, remember,
he sacrificed a lot of people to achieve the mission.
Here's the D device. This goes. I'm going to sacrifice all my humans to get the D device there. Don't care. I just want to win the game. And then once it wins, boom. All the humans are crying, celebrating. He's like, "What's going on? This is a 12-year-old."
It's like you saved humanity,
and then the PTSD of, hey, you killed thousands of humans, but you saved humanity hits, and that's how that book series expands from there. It's fucking dope.
Have you heard that conspiracy theory though? Which one? Go for it.
No, I was just going to say I don't know how Bong didn't understand he wasn't killing human beings. And then,
dude, he was like literally at the age of 8 years old. He was a fucking farm kid in Wisconsin, and every day this is like the 1930s, right? He doesn't have a TV. He maybe has a radio. This kid fucking wakes up, does farm chores in Wisconsin, goes to school, comes back, does farm chores, and goes to sleep. He saw an army plane flying overhead, and it's because the president, Calvin Coolidge, was taking his summer vacation in Superior, Wisconsin, and it was the mail plane delivering mail to Superior, Wisconsin.
Shout out Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah.
Fucking one of the best presidents we've ever had.
He decides, he's like, I want to be a military pilot at the age of 8 years old, and does fucking everything he can to be the best pilot possible. So like literally his entire life was just like flying and like being the best at flying, and that's it. And he just like, it never dawned on him that like, oh shit, there's other people.
It's not that he wasn't smart enough.
Think of this, Cody. Think of this. Okay. You go and you have no. You're talking about not the age of information. You're talking about the age of, hey, this is how this kind of works, and you're having fun. You're chasing your dream. You're shooting other people down, yes, in a plane, but it's not registering. You see the explosion of the plane. You're like, I got another one. I got another one. I'm just chasing that high score because his goal was to be the ace of aces.
It wasn't. He literally just wanted to be the best flyer. He didn't even give a fuck about his record. It was insane. But that's why like General Kenny is like, he was the best, like. He was borderline autistic about just being the best pilot, period.
Now, dude, that is autism at its highest level when you're at 8 and you're like, I want to do that forever.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I didn't want to say it's like it's some form of fucking autism, but like he can't look at a plane and think it has sentience, and it's just like doing that by itself. But that in his mind, I guess it was like.
But it was literally just like he'd never seen the aftermath.
He never had to come face to face with the idea that there is a dead pilot in every plane I ever shot down.
Exactly.
It's a weird reception. I remember watching like the first blown up dude, because like shooting dude completely different from blown up dudes. Like watching a bomber when he blew himself up, and I remember we had to go get feet. His foot landed on the fucking, or was his head? The foot or head landed on it. And remember we brought it down. I was like, oh, what the fuck? That's weird. Huh.
No. My point is, he knew what he was fucking doing. I'm okay with him killing all those people. Like, fine, that was our enemies. But it's like, come on. There's some point where it's
I think there's a difference between knowing what you're doing and having to come face to face with it. It's like the first time I ever shot a fucking animal ever was like, there's a difference between like, I see it in my sights, boom, it's down. Okay, and then going up and picking up the body is a different experience. Like for people who've never hunted, you never understand.
He never had to do that, right? Because this is in the Pacific Theater, so every plane he downed went down in the ocean. Like he never had to see the aftermath. It was just like, yep, I shot down the enemy. Period. The end. And he just got to move on and keep progressing through it. But the first time he actually had to see like, oh shit, there was a person inside that plane.
It's a difference between
that doesn't compute with me, man.
So like when you have like a fucking person with his brains blown out like halfway in the cockpit, and you're just like, oh wow, I did that 40 times, but I've never seen this part of it.
So like for example, Carlos Hathcock,
not that it's wrong.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong at all.
I think a lot of people
I don't understand.
So like for example,
registering before you say that, it's registering what you do, especially if like homeboy had to be on the spectrum. Sorry.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Listening to from 8 years old, watching a plane fly overhead, and he's like, oh, like I could picture Ryan doing that shit where it's like, this is my life. I have to be the best. I have to be the best. I have to be the best. And then you have that kickoff of emotion. Because I didn't understand why a lot of my friends went through PTSD or anything. Because I was like, I went through the same thing. What's going on? We went through terrible shit. Never registered in my head of like, we went through like terrible shit. It was like, oh, why are people handling this different? Bah. It's one of those weird kickoffs. I kicked it off where a lot of people just kicked it on. And I think he did the same thing until he's seen it firsthand.
So
Eli, when was the first time you ever recognized PTSD?
Oh, when I got back. It was, I remember having, my PTSD was different because I had a nightmare of, I didn't have my gun with me. And I remember, I was like, why isn't my gun with me? It was driving to the base while I was getting out of the military, not exfilling. It was getting out of the base or getting out of the military and driving back to base. I was like, where's my gun? I thought I was going to get in trouble. I was like, oh, it's not there. Huh. And then I had nightmares about not having my gun with me. Is the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest dreams of, it was like a war dreams. In my head, it was soldiers. I would be fighting. I'd be doing something else, like going restroom or something. I'd set my gun against a wall, and I'd be like, oh, I got to go pee. I got to shit, whatever. Put gun against tree. Put gun against wall. And then I was fighting like futuristic soldiers for whatever reason. And it would be like these like pods coming down, hitting, and they deploy. And then I'd be like, fuck, I don't got my gun. I got to run to a house, grab a gun, and fight back. That was always in my head. But that was always my thing. And then also I have to check my house for locked doors, make sure everything's good, alarm settings, but mainly locked doors. I lock every fucking door in my house and my bedroom door and doors leading up to my bedroom. That's how I always do it. But I think that's where I don't have that emotional response of like, oh, bad person dead. I feel bad about that. It's that part. It is the hypervigilance part of PTSD where it's like I have to make sure everything's locked. Guns ready. That gun's ready. Okay, we're good to go.
But do you feel like there's a disconnect between what you experienced and like somebody who was in, like, for example, a fighter plane, where it's like whenever you were in combat, it was person to person, it was very personal, you were infantry, versus somebody who was in aircraft and, like, not to discount anything they experienced, but they were disconnected from the finality of whatever they did.
I think that might be this for me. In my head, it would be like, oh, we're playing it. Like, I don't know why it goes to like this video game setting. For me at that time, those don't exist, so you're just like shooting planes down, and that's your head. You're like, okay, I am defeating the enemy and they're dropping out of the sky and I am landing. I am going back up. I am defeating the enemy. I don't see blood. I don't see you
don't see it, smell it.
Yeah,
it's like a Call of Duty with the drones. When you're doing the C-130 strikes, like
yeah,
C-130 just like
so
white hot kind of missions.
Yeah.
So like I literally did the Dick Bong episode, and then I just did an hour and a half long video on Carlos Hathcock. Like Flux still editing it. I literally finished filming it yesterday. So like Carlos Hathcock has 93 confirmed kills and 400 probables. But Carlos Hathcock talks about how in his mind and in his point of view, like there was only one person that he was fighting. Everybody in every Viet Cong and North Vietnamese soldier in Vietnam when he was there, their name was Homer Hamburger, period. And it was like, it was the same dude that he was fighting day in and day out, and he would just keep winning against that same guy.
Is that his autobiography?
And over and over again. Yeah. So like in his only, I had to like, I spent a ton of money and bought, I think they quit printing it in like 2001, but there's only one official autobiography signed off by him, and it's written by two dudes that were like really good friends with him. But like in the book, they talk about how like every enemy that he faced to Carlos, the dude was Homer Hamburger. Doesn't matter who it was.
Why was it that?
It was I think it was to like disassociate from what was actually happening.
Dehumanize.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's waking up every day and it's like I'm going to war with the same dude over and over and over again, and I'm winning over and over and over again against the same exact guy.
Super smart.
To like not have to.
It's the same reason a lot of like we were talking about. I'm sure we talked about this months ago, but like the reason the military uses thermals now on a lot of shit. It's like it reduces. They did a study on how that reduces PTSD.
That's why we actually shoot targets too. E-type silhouettes is not. That's why they make it human shape.
Yeah.
Is for that reason.
Well,
hey, we got to desensitize soldiers. When you go deploy, you have to watch videos of, hey, these are what they do. This is how you train. So it's
and not to diminish it at any point, but like every time you read a book from somebody like that, like either Carlos Hathcock or even Mikhail Kalashnikov, I bought like two different autobiographies basically of his life, and they talk about a guy who indirectly, very indirectly, is responsible for the deaths of millions of people, and just the way that they rationalize that in their head. It's very interesting in the way that like just the way people deal with things.
Dude, that's what I find really quick before, because I want to hear what you're saying. It is that difference in how I seen a lot. I mean, like 29 friends have committed at this point, and watching, I don't understand why. In my head, I'm like, oh, they like all experience the same thing, exact same thing.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, I was with them. Like, that's the hardest part for me. So in my head, I'm
like, there's nobody that sticks out in your mind like that experienced more than any other. You're just like, these are.
We all went on the same missions, all experienced the same thing. That's where it's crazy to me. It's like all of us were in the exact same firefights, like everything, like, to a fucking T. And you have 28, 29 people that have committed the sewer slide. And
whatever dumb shit YouTube makes us call it, but yeah.
So weird. And I will never register why. I'm like, okay. And that's where I think I was like, okay, maybe my thought process is different. But for 29 of those dudes, it registered different. It's like this was how they interpret it and what they went through. And that's the weirdest thing to me. I'm like, I don't get that, because it's like, something I can't grasp.
Who's the guy that shot Osama? The Navy SEAL.
Rob O'Neill.
Yeah, Rob O'Neill he's on a podcast and he talks about it, and he talks about like shooting one dude in particular where he like raided this guy's house and he was in bed with his wife, and he like bursts in this dude's house at night with guns, nods on, and he's like, he's got his gun pointed at the guy. The dude's in bed with his wife with an AK on the nightstand. And Rob O'Neill's talking like, he's thinking in his head like, I got you. Don't reach for the gun. And the dude reaches for the gun and he shoots him. And Rob, like, in this podcast, like, has to rationalize to himself, like, I wouldn't have done anything different than what that dude did in that exact situation. Like, if somebody burst into my house in the middle of the night while I'm in bed with my wife and I had a gun on the nightstand, I would have reached for the gun too. And he's like, I had everything in common with that dude. And he's like, if I had met that guy at Starbucks, would he have been like, would we have fucking talked to one another? Would
I
he
think
have been
he
funny?
did
Would he
like
have cracked a
karaoke
joke or whatever?
quite a lot, but
yeah.
It is one of those hard things.
Yeah.
I remember Beeson pushing him out of the way of the front door because I was like watching the window. A dude ran up with his AK to the front door because in the middle of the night, it's 12 at midnight, and you hear somebody trying to kick in your front door. What the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to run in with your gun. So I was like, push Beeson. I was like, hey. And I started calling him American. He gave his gun to his wife. He's like, but.
Oh, God.
I was like,
What a gentleman.
yeah. And I was like, that makes sense when you don't know if somebody's kicking in your fucking door in the middle of the night. And that's why I was like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this shit. Because this is like, you have innocent dudes. That guy gave us booze. He wasn't a hardcore Muslim. He had booze. And then he gave every other story. He's like, everyone's good here. It's like, well, there's IED holes everywhere. I don't believe that. But you gave us booze, so that's dope. But what the fuck? And that's one of those conversations you have to have. It's like, whoa, okay, well, this is not the right approach on some of these, like what he went through. It's like, hey, okay, I just burst into somebody's house. I aim a gun. Are you going to grab the fucking gun next to your nightstand?
He made a bunch of completely rational decisions.
Yeah. And that's how it plays out sometimes.
I just want to point out this entire fucking podcast started with Disneyland.
Dude, everyone's going to be like, the retention time's going to be through the roof. They're like, wow, those guys are deep. We're retarded.
No. I was just say, have you noticed our beards go from like looking good to homeless? Like around the table.
So much truth in that statement. I think on that we can close it out, Mr. Cody.
All right. Are we doing an after show?
Yeah, I think let's do the after show. Fuck
A
yeah.
little 10-15 minute after show for Patreon. Okay. Everyone, thank you for coming to the Unsubscribed Podcast with the boys. We got Eli Double Tap. We have Nic, Fat Electrician, Brandon Herrera, the AK guy, myself, Donut Operator. Thank you so much. Please join the Patreon after show where we just lay back and talk about more fucked up things.
Kisses.
Mostly communism.
Communism.